All right, hello everybody, and good evening. It is Sunday, September 24th, and we're going to play another episode of Fate Touched, and I need to unmute all my people because I totally forgot to do that part. 1 sec, guys. No, that's the wrong thing. Oh my god, if I could just hit the right thing, it would help. There we go. Now you're all live.
Hello.
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 Really loud, so I'm going to turn you all down just a little bit. Okay, cool. So how is everybody doing today?
Good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All better than awful, anyway. They were the least decisive of answers. Yeah. So, any exciting things happened to anybody this week?
Nah.
I think I just got a new commission, which is nice
That's super
for my
cool.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't really say anything about it,
No.
but
But it might be there. That's super cool. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I applied for a job today, which is
Awesome.
whatever that is. Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks. It's one I've been watching for a while, and one finally came up, so hopefully something comes of it. Yeah. And And Stuart this is his last session for a few weeks.
Yep.
A couple weeks, depending on how things work.
I'm gone on Wednesday for 2.5 weeks. So I'm gone for 2 weeks for sure, and then I get back a couple hours before the next session following that. So we'll see if I'm still awake.
He's going to be
for that
very
one.
far away.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's good.
Yeah. Our intercontinental travel. Well, I guess we've got multiple intercontinental travelers, but our most current person who is actively intercontinentally traveling. All right. You guys I don't know, see any cool movies or anything lately?
No.
I've mostly just been playing oh, sorry, go on.
I rewatched Bloodsport, which is, not a very
Wait,
exciting new
old,
movie.
the old one or the newer one?
The old one with Jean Blood.
Okay.
Damn.
Actually, they're both fun. I like them both. So
I've never even heard of these. What are they?
they're action movies.
Okay.
They're beautiful in their action moviness.
Okay.
Stellar acting. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I've mostly just been playing a whole lot of Final Fantasy XIV lately.
Yeah. Yeah, I've still been doing Path of Exile. There's only one, as people probably know. Today I'm super annoyed though because my higher level character, I was trying to do the last labyrinth. I don't know if it's the last one. The last labyrinth that I have opened up, which is really not that hard actually, that I've died on so many times, and I got to the very, very last boss, and I died. And if you die, you're kicked out, and you have to redo it, and it costs to redo it, and so I'm really mad right now.
Isn't that game vaguely like Diablo?
Yes.
It's like Diablo, but way better than Diablo 3.
Yeah, and free. Although I just spent more money on it because I decided I've been playing it steadily for a couple months now, so I could support them a little bit.
Okay.
And that's the last labyrinth. You don't have to do any more after that.
Oh, okay, that is the last one.
Yep.
That's good, I guess. Mad at it though. I kept dying on the first boss battle, and that at least was well, whatever, I didn't get very far, but this I spent a couple hours getting there. And then I get into the last boss battle, and I'm yes, I got this. I've done it. I just have to get through this one. And the first thing he did one-shots me.
Oh
no! It's well, never mind.
Yep.
I don't
That's
got
terrible.
this. Yeah, I spent yesterday getting more health and stuff, so he wouldn't do that, but obviously it didn't quite work. So that's my video game story of the week. Anyway, you guys ready to start playing?
Yep.
Anything else you want to talk about? No? Okay.
Sure.
Does somebody want to tell Elizabeth what happened last week?
Oh, yeah.
Catch everybody up. I didn't read my notes. I don't know what happened last week. Catch me up while you're at it. I was too busy planning tonight to remember to read last week's notes.
Well, let's see, Ronya told her parents that she's going, and they're okay, cool. And Rusty got permission from the school to sort of take a leave of absence. And he also helped Ronya get her guitar. And then we went to Leo's house where we found appropriate weapons for each of us. And he helped train us in how to use weapons in combat and things like that. And I believe Pew was also perusing books in the library and working on magical thingies. And Ronya was getting shorter.
Mm-hmm.
And Rusty discovered he could see in the dark.
And I had pointy ears.
Yeah, pointy ears.
And other notable thing was we met Card here.
Yes.
Also, when we got to the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Someone Leo had picked up already.
Yeah. You want to tell Elizabeth a little bit about your character since she supposedly sort of knows you? Or Pew does?
Has met,
Yeah.
Normal looking guy. Well, relatively good looking, vaguely tall, not super. Um, uh, was obsessed with technology and really wants it back.
Oh.
As do we all.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's your thing, it can be particularly difficult to deal with when it suddenly just isn't.
Right? Yeah, so really not a ton happened last week, actually. It was
Okay.
mostly
Yeah, we were getting through like the training montages for our characters.
basically it was a training montage.
Okay.
So at the end of the session, everybody leveled up to level 1. So now all the things that you rolled or whatever for your character are like legit.
Accurate.
That is a better word. Like you have learned to control your magic to an extent. Because
Okay.
you are a wizard, right?
Yeah, somewhat. You know, I'm learning.
Yeah, you're still learning. Like you don't necessarily 100% have it, but you're getting the hang of it. And you also, if you wanted, can have picked up any weapons. Leo had a huge supply of weapons in the house.
Okay.
So if you wanted something, you can have gotten it or can get it. Probably. If it's something strange, then you might have to talk to Leo about it. But if it's like normal stuff. I think at one point I had you play with a quarterstaff.
Me?
Oh, yeah.
Or who? Okay.
But you don't have to do that. You're just playing with it. You may not have liked it. I don't know. I'm not you. So also, you guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but with your character sheets, if you have them open in Roll20, if you click the little icon on the top left, you can pop it out so you can put it like on a different screen or whatever. That helps you.
Which
anyway.
is super convenient, I think.
Yeah. Which is why I'm pointing it out, because I like read it, like I read it in the tutorial, but I kind of forgot, and then I was playing with things today and I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. So it's a thing you can do. And if you import your weapons or like put in your weapons and your spells and stuff, you can just click on them and they will roll in Roll20 for you automatically. If you don't want to do that, like some people don't, that's fine. It is really nice because then it sort of shows what people are doing, which is cool. But you don't have to, obviously. So
yeah, I'll try and figure out that later. Right now, I've been using a separate character sheet in the PDF that I've got.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Is it okay to add the weapon to our equipment list on our? Okay, cool.
Yeah, that would be sort of the importing thing. So and just use normal stats for all the things that you guys have tried out. If you proceed to try anything else out, then we'll see how things go. But you've all had perfectly normal, standard fantasy style weaponry to date.
Okay.
Which reminds me, Stu, do you remember the link that you sent me that I did not bookmark by chance?
I've got it somewhere.
It may have been, because it's like somewhere in our conversation, but that would probably take forever to scroll up and find it.
Yeah, I've found it real quick.
Okay, cool. Then I can actually remember
Let's
to bookmark
see.
it if you could just message it to me again or whatever. That would be great. Thank you.
There it is.
Thanks.
Yep.
Okay, so you guys have been in Leo's house for like 4 days, practicing and learning things. Leo's house, Pew, is immense. This is a huge mansion, even by your standards. It has a full library that you've been sort of spending some time hanging out with. And like the main foyer area has walls that are covered in weaponry, which is where a lot of people have picked up some weapons. You've been training in weapons, you've been training in magic. Some of you have been doing one of you has been doing side training in less overt skills.
I've been training in thiefy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, Rusty's been doing some training and some things, but I don't think he's been telling you guys about it much. So, kind of been happening on the sly. And, yeah, and so like I say, you've gotten your abilities figured out a little bit. And so you kind of reach this point where you're starting to get the feel for it. And what are you going to do?
Oh.
All of you. It doesn't have to just be you.
Well, he also, I assume he had some sort of plan about what he wanted us to do.
So, if you want to talk to him about it, he's around. He's available. You guys have been talking to him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't really have much of a plan. He knows that he can't go back because he's recognizable there because he used to be part of the cult before he realized what it was all about, or the group or whatever. So he cannot personally go with you on this journey. But he does want you to somehow take down the leader, because that's the one, like, he doesn't believe that there is sort of like this branching network where if the leader goes away, the next person will just step up. Like, from his experience there, he thinks that if you take out the leader, it'll just sort of disperse pretty cleanly.
Okay.
And the whole organization will unravel and people will go home or whatever. Maybe they'll still be survivalists, who knows. But the whole plan of attack, wanting to rule the world thing, he believes will not be an issue if you get rid of the leader somehow.
At some point, after these couple days, because when he was first talking to us, he mentioned that the white folks among us were fine to go, like, walk in the front door if we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna ask him and just be like, "Hey, Leo, I've got pointy ears now. Are they gonna mind? Do you think?" And like Ronya got all tiny, and like maybe we could pretend she's a kid, but that might be weird because she's not really.
Just a really small person.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Leo kind of looks at you. I really don't know. It wasn't something that ever came up before. I'm a little worried about Q, but it might even be okay because she looks more Asian than anything. But I don't know about your ears. Maybe you could sort of put on a hat.
Sweet. That'll work fine.
This
Yeah,
is all
that'll be not a
new
problem at all.
for, I've never seen someone's ears get pointy. I don't
Hats
know.
always worked for Spock.
I mean, I've got a beanie in my bag because it's gonna get cold out, but maybe I'll just have to keep it on all the time.
You won't be terribly out of place if you do.
Do I look convincingly like a kid at this height, or just a very, very short adult?
Depends on how you dress, probably, or like do your hair, or
I feel like my proportions are probably still all wrong.
yeah. But if you wore something really loose, maybe it wouldn't be noticeable because people would be expecting a kid. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, you are just a very small woman, so. But, young. You're, what, 18, 17?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So, Leo, when you say take out the leader, what exactly do you mean by that?
Well, he hasn't necessarily committed any crimes yet. So, I don't see that law enforcement would be very helpful. If you can undermine him to a point where he's not an issue, that would maybe work, but he'd still be out there. I am sort of afraid that what I'm asking you is to kill him. I don't know of another good option. If you can come up with one, by all means, do it.
I'm pretty uncomfortable with that, but I am willing to go see if we can somehow undermine him.
So I get that that's the end game. Is there a way to how do we get in? Do we just show up out in the middle of nowhere at his place and like knock on the door
He's
and
currently
and
recruiting heavily.
say what's up?
So
Is he recruiting over here at all?
for the most part, his recruitment is coming from this area. It's the closest city.
Huh?
Oh.
So it should be easy to get in. Here, he like kind of digs in his satchel and finds like
Yeah,
a brochure that
Oh.
is basically like a underhanded recruitment brochure that doesn't actually come out and say anything bad, but like it's got like a Confederate flag on the back, and it has imagery that sort of gives you a white supremacist feel. But it basically is like, we want to save the world, come join us, blah, 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 blah. So it's, it's like just it's a recruitment pamphlet.
Does it have a location or like a meeting time or something like that?
Just a location. It just says to meet in the town that I already forgot the name of again.
That is not nearby.
No,
by
it
the
is
way.
not nearby. But it's not nearby before the magic came.
Yeah.
Do we have bicycles or something, Leo?
I know, but I'm sure there's bicycles
Or-
in town.
Or maybe we go get some horses from the school. Steal some horses, maybe. If we have to.
Yeah.
We can
Well-
probably graze them. There's grass everywhere.
Yeah.
True.
I mean,
suppose-
I don't know much about horses, but there's grass all over the place.
Yeah, they might be able to get some places a bike couldn't. Okay.
That's true.
Why don't we go see if we can get some of them? That might be our best transportation option at this point.
All right.
They can carry a lot too.
Yeah.
That's true.
If you can find saddlebags or something. People even make saddlebags anymore?
Oh, I'm sure they've got something like that in the stables. I mean, there's got to be something.
Okay. Whatever you think is best. I'm leaving this in your capable hands.
Shall we go see if we can arrange that at the school?
Are they gonna just let us take horses for like a extended time? That's not a thing, is it?
Probably not.
Well, not usually, but there are kind of strange circumstances going on right now.
Yeah, the dean didn't seem too happy that we were just leaving, much less taking anything with us.
We could maybe convince him that we have some sort of family emergency, that it would be heartless of him not to give us the horses.
Maybe
To
if
go
you hadn't
see them?
already tried talking to him with a different story.
Yeah, he does kind of know what's going on.
Well, I think we should just take them, ask for forgiveness later. That's my motto. Just do it, ask for permission later.
She knows what's up.
No.
And besides,
need
we
to-
can just ask my parents to pay for things, and that'll be fine.
That's not a good idea.
Why is that?
Because it's stealing. We need to hold together what bits we have left before.
Yeah,
everything goes-
although if Pew's parents could buy the horses, that's actually a great idea. Then we're not stealing anything.
I'll arrange for the horses, and we'll figure it out from there. Okay?
Okay, thanks. I'm glad you can buy them.
Yes. Bye. If not, rent
Hmm.
for a bit and return later. Yeah.
Okay, well, I will stay here while you take care of that then.
Okay. So, he's going to have to go convince some horses to come with her and then steal them. Okay, that sounds about right. Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna go do that now?
Do you want my help? I mean, I'm okay at riding a horse, but like, are you going to be able to bring 3-4 horses back by yourself?
I'll need some help.
Okay.
I'll definitely need some help. So,
All right.
okay. So
I'll go with. Let's buy some horses.
buy some horses.
So you guys are just choosing to believe this.
Yes,
Okay.
that is what I'm doing.
We don't need to roll persuasion rolls or anything.
If we want to.
I am a little bit thrown by everything that's going on right now, and I'm not comfortable with stealing, but if she tells me she's going to buy them, I'm going to just roll with that.
Okay. All right. So, that was a really bad persuasion roll. Are you sure you wanted to roll that?
Did I click that? And what's it? How bad was it?
What exactly do those numbers
Okay.
mean?
All right. So I'm actually going to flip to the game screen for everybody to see. So basically, as you see, there's two numbers, right? So it's basically just rolling with advantage or disadvantage in case either of those is a situation. So assuming we don't
so
have
you go with
advantage or
you go with the
disadvantage,
first
you
number.
go with the first one, exactly. So the 20
Okay,
would have
I was
been
wondering
great,
where
but
there were
you
two.
rolled a
at the
7.
time.
And it automatically puts in your modifiers. Like you have that +1. So you rolled a 6 and then you got the +1.
Okay.
So that's why this is
Gotcha.
like super easy to just click and it just does all the math for you. Assuming that your math is correct or that you've inputted things.
I mean, I feel
think so.
I feel like that persuasion roll is probably pretty accurate for how this played out anyway, but
Yeah.
because
You're
Ronya is so
willfully believing.
yeah, maybe there was like a 5 that you had to clear because Ronya just doesn't want to know right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so Pew and Rusty are gonna go back to school.
Yeah. What time of day is it?
It could be whatever time of day, whatever you chose to approach Leo about this with, or you can wait and do it later.
I don't know. I was just wondering.
Yeah, I don't know. Because you've
It's
been
also
there for
probably-
days,
1
so it's
p.m.
pretty. Yeah, whatever time. 1 p.m. It's 1 p.m.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's probably like middle of the week. So
Yeah, it's been like 4 days, so it's like Thursday.
all right. Yeah, we just head down.
Okay. What are your guys' passive perceptions?
13.
12.
12. Are
Okay.
you going with them, James?
Oh no,
No.
I mean, if we're
I'm
if
just
we're on
used
the
to answering
street,
that question.
Yeah, no, it's good to know just in general. What's yours, Ronya?
Mine is just a moment. Passive perception. I'll get back to you. Go on.
So, you haven't really been out of the mansion much in the past few days while you've been training. And
Oh, it's 12.
12? Okay.
Sorry, 12. Yeah.
And as you are sort of walking down the street, you notice that the street is looking way more torn up than it did like the last time you passed by on your way back from the school last time. Like there's like potholes everywhere and just kind of loose asphalt and concrete sort of scattered around the surface of the road.
does it look like aged or like ripped up or?
Kind of like a combination of both. Like it doesn't look like it's been done by human hands. Like, you know, nobody went out there with like a jackhammer. But like it sort of looks like pieces have kind of been like scooped out, but also like the pieces became available because it was just really old all of a sudden.
Hmm.
And the sidewalks look the same. They're also really pitted and just don't look well.
That's weird.
Another good reason for horses rather than bicycles, I suppose, at this point.
Yeah. So
So you continue on
notice
your way.
that, and
Okay.
then yeah, I mean, we're not gonna like mill around for forever, ogling the
Huh,
street.
interesting. Yeah, so
Just-
okay, so you make your way back to the school and it's very quiet. The roads are quiet, there's nobody on them. Like, it's not usually super busy in this area, but it's even quieter than usual. I mean, there's birds and, whatever, like normal sounds, but as far as people, there aren't a lot of people out. And when you get to the school, the front gate has been closed, and there is a sign on it that says school closed until further notice.
Sweet. I think
you
you're muted.
yourself.
Let's jump the fence.
Yep. Hop
Okay.
the fence.
Hop
Do
fence.
athletic checks. Now we've got the ability to do things. We're going to do them all the time.
Okay, well, this is gonna go wonderful.
Okay, so Rusty, you get over the fence. You know how to get over the fence. You've done it before. Pew, as you're trying to get over the fence, you catch your pants like in like a screw or a nail or something, and it just rips down the side.
Oh,
You
gosh.
do manage to get over, but you have ripped your pants.
Fashion mistake 101. I'm regretting this.
I chuckle a little bit, and then I'm just like, well, we'll just have to steal you a pair of pants.
So glad I'm not here for this conversation.
And then just head to the stables. And it worries me that there's a sign, because they might have done something with the horses if everyone else is gone. So
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And as you go around the school, you notice that sort of like the street, the school looks a little more jaggedy on top. Like pieces, like you see some like bricks on the ground, and it looks like it's suddenly aged like a couple hundred years.
I try to think now, like, did I notice anything, if I'm thinking back, did I notice anything at the old mansion that seemed like it was doing that?
Mansion looked fine, as you recall.
Damn rich people. Anyway, continue on. Let's go check
Go
out the
back around to the
stables. I don't care about school. Yeah.
You're on leave of absence, doesn't matter. So you get back to the stables, and you find that there are still horses there. There's clearly somebody taking care of them.
Are they
And-
currently there? The person taking care of them.
No, there's nobody there. Just some horses.
Hmm.
A whole bunch of
Interesting.
horses, really, because there's a pretty big stable.
Cool. So let's get the ones most fit for some longer term travel, I guess.
And you
I don't-
kind of want a small one too.
I don't know
A pony!
I don't know horses that well, but like there's probably different types. They're all, I mean, I'll let you
Okay.
pick them. And
Uh,
you've probably ridden most of these, haven't you?
Yeah. What should I roll something to see what my knowledge is in horses?
Yeah, roll an animal handling. I know it's not technically
Okay.
exactly it, but I think it'll work.
I think that's pretty much
Boom.
exactly it, actually.
Boom.
Okay.
Animal handling's usually used
Mostly
to
like
actually.
actually riding the
do
horses or
things.
whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But that's
Okay.
okay. So you definitely know your way around these horses. And you have like your favorites that you know are mild tempered or have a lot of stamina, whatever it is you're looking for. You can pick them out, no problem.
Okay.
And you can
So-
get them to come with you and like let you put their tack on and all the things that you need to do, no problem.
All
And
right.
I look around for like if there's not just like anything obvious that's like saddlebags or like other stuff that would help a horse carry more things.
Okay.
Like I mean I figured I'd know what like a bag looks like, even if it's a horse bag.
We'll do an investigation check to see if you can find them. Yeah, you've definitely managed to find some like you actually find some pack saddles like one set of pack saddles, with the bags, and just some kind of like panniers for horses that
Sweet.
you can sort of tie on to the
Yeah,
saddles.
let's load up with those so we've got like a full set if we can.
Okay.
Okay.
So those of you who don't know pack saddles for horses, they take up like the whole back of the horse, and there's these huge boxes that you can put like a bunch of stuff in, and then you kind of like have a pack horse. So you did find like a set to have a pack horse if you want, and then also the individual.
Is there like and I'll ask Pew this, does it take like a especially strong horse to wear one of these? Do you know? Like, do we have to have like a beefy one?
We need a fit horse to carry these,
All right.
especially if we're going to go long distances. So,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, she was saying she knew them all well, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and you know,
So.
like you've not done horse packing probably, so you don't really know the ins and outs of it, but you kind of have an idea. You've seen it.
All right. I'll help her with the saddles, but I'll be also keeping an eye out for if anyone shows up.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I will start preparing the horses.
Okay. And as you are doing so, Rusty, since you're kind of watching out like the stable door to check for people, you see somebody who you know is like a stable hand, basically, making his way towards the stables.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, well,
Dang it.
looks like we have company.
Well, let's do this.
All right.
Going to attack him?
No.
No, we just gotta get our persuasion hats on.
So you are like close enough to done that you could probably just kind of pile all the stuff on and take off if you went out like the back gate.
Oh, if we can
Okay.
just leave, like,
And everything
yeah.
wouldn't be
Let's
like
do that.
tacked up, but you
We're
could sort
taking-
of
are we taking
dump
4
things
horses?
into your pack
Mhm.
saddle if you decided to bring that.
Okay.
Are you taking 4 horses or 5 horses?
Let's
We-
grab 5. Just to make sure. Be on the safe side.
Okay.
I mean, if you wanted to bring the pack saddle gear, you'd have to take another horse for that. If you were all going to have your own horses.
Okay.
Mm. Yeah, why not? We can always like re-gear them back at the mansion or something. So,
Definitely.
Okay.
And we can sneak back here if we so need to.
Okay.
sure.
So I want both of you to make stealth rolls.
Okay.
And Pew, I want
Stealthy
you to make another animal
horses.
handling roll.
Who? Me make another
Yeah.
animal handling
Since
roll.
you're the
Okay.
one leading the horses.
10.
Okay.
And then stealth. Oh.
Ooh.
I'm not.
So you start making your way out of the stable, and you're being careful to try to be as quiet as possible so you don't alert the stable hand that's coming the other way.
Mhm.
And one of the horses that you're holding kind of nickers at one of its, friends. And the other friend neighs at it. And you both sort of freeze, like waiting for someone to notice. But you don't hear any sounds of pursuit, so you continue on your way, and you make it out the back of the stables.
Okay.
And it doesn't seem like anybody has noticed yet. You don't hear
Cool.
any yelling.
Hmm.
Come on, horses, tiptoe.
Let's go, horses. Let's go.
Yep. And then when we came back from the party before, there was like not the vehicle gate, but like the pedestrian gate. Like it's the sort that you can just open from the inside and walk out, right?
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 So we
Like,
can
so
go
we could
back
just-
to the school if you want to remember what it looks like.
Because like I was just thinking like we don't have to mess with like a really sturdy gate because there was the one that was like just open after the power went out.
Yeah.
Right. right, so there's the school, and there's the lake kind of down below the stables, but there's like a back way that people often will ride the horses out of the stables from,
Oh yeah, let's just take
which
that.
is that same gate that you came in
Oh, yeah.
before. Yeah. And it still opens. It's still kind of jammed, like it can't lock very well, so they've like tied a chain around it, but they didn't actually lock it.
Okay, I just undo it and open it up,
Okay.
and then I guess we just walk the horses through.
Okay. And the horses are used to going this way, so they don't give you any particular trouble. Are you on them or just leading them?
Probably just leading them because we've got
Yeah.
multiples each.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and going through the gate, like I would definitely get off to handle the gate and stuff. And then I'd put the gate back after we get the horses through. I'd put the gate back
Okay.
kind of like it was before if I can from the outside. If not, I don't worry too much about it.
If it's just wrapping a chain, you could probably do that from the outside, yeah.
Yeah, it's not very hard to do.
And then, yeah, back to the mansion.
Okay.
Okay.
And roll perception checks.
Okay. Where's my perception? Oh. Here I am. No, I have not. Oh, there it is. Found it. Whew. There we go. I'm perceptive.
So as you guys are like kind of rounding the corner in the road and you're mostly out of sight, you hear someone yelling from the stables.
Can we
You
make
can't
out what
quite
they're
make
saying?
out. You can't, Rusty. You kind of can, where you sort of, you hear like horses, you hear help, and there's like other stuff going on, but you can't really make out quite what. I mean, you can get the gist of it that they're yelling for help. The horses are missing, but you can't hear all the words.
Okay.
Well, I think they've noticed we've bought the horses, so we should keep going.
Yeah, we might want to get on said horses and start
Yeah, let's
riding them back.
We can move a little quicker, probably.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So if you recall, the path to Leo's house actually sort of goes around the school from where you are.
Oh.
So you could go further out and like go around, a few blocks, or you could choose to go. The
feel
the
like
blue things
when
are
you-
like the roads,
When you
right?
buy
So you
a
kind of have to
new,
go over here, and then Leo's house is like up here.
you wanna when you buy a new thing, you want to take it for a test drive, so you got to go the long way. Not at all because we borrowed without asking.
I agree with you on this one.
Okay, so you're gonna go around the long way.
Yeah.
Okay. So you go out of your way enough that you're outside of sight lines from the school the whole way. And you continue to notice that the asphalt is torn up. Not consistently everywhere, but like spots are more torn up than others. And some of it looks pretty okay, and some of it looks not at all okay. At one point, you are actually at sort of a vantage where you can see a little more of the city because you're not just surrounded by trees as much. And you notice that the city, the skyscrapers, look like the top floor or so has come down.
Kind of like what Ronya told us about a couple days
Only-
before.
She didn't tell you, I guess she didn't tell you a lot of detail, but if she had, it would be more than what she saw.
Now I'm like, every time we go through, like if we're in the neighborhoods, I'm like looking at all the different houses and stuff to see how, because I'm wondering like, did it happen to the mansion we're in and I didn't notice? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Roll perception.
Both of us or him?
Well, whichever, if you want to be looking as well, then both of you.
I don't see anything.
Okay.
I'm not.
Yeah, okay. So you kind of notice that some of the houses are looking a little shabby, but you don't notice any particular pattern or anything to it.
Okay.
All right. Do we see any people outside at all?
There's a couple people now because you're going a lot further this time, so you're not just kind of right by the school, and you're in a neighborhoods, and there are some people who are out, just like you see one couple walking down the street, like they're not right next to you, but you see them ahead of you, and you see someone else out on their lawn, trimming their roses, actually, of all things.
All right. Yeah.
So
Not
it's
too
not quite as
put out by
desolate,
that.
but it's still not bustling by any means.
Oh.
And I figure I'm probably just practicing my guitar or something.
Okay. Yeah. Doing what you've been doing for the past few days, just chilling, learning things.
Yes.
Dun, dun.
Okay. And eventually you guys make it back to the mansion without any particular trouble. The horses are well trained and they follow pretty easily.
That's good.
And I figure that there's big yards, like big lawns and stuff. Like we can just like make sure the gate's closed and let the horses like graze, probably. I don't know. I kind of defer to Pew about like what do we do with them when we get there.
There is
Yeah,
a large rear lawn that you guys were doing your target practicing in.
Okay.
That has a fence all around, and it's pretty big. It's like rounds the lawn.
Cool. I guess like let's park the horses back there and then head back inside.
Okay. Yeah, let's just park them in here and we'll figure out what we're doing from here on out. Okay.
So I figure I would definitely hear the horses coming up so I
Clop, 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 clop,
go out
clop.
to go out to see them.
Okay.
Do I notice anything weird about the surroundings when I come out?
No. I mean, did you go out the
Okay.
back to see them, or did you go out front?
Wherever I would hear them.
So you probably heard them coming up the drive, but then they went around the back.
Okay, then I might just go
Horses
out
in
the back.
Okay. Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
notice anything weird.
And
Okay.
as soon as I see her, I'm just like, well, good news. They jumped at our offer to take care of some of the horses for a while.
Oh, are they not taking care of them there right now?
I mean, they are. It's just that they don't have, like, with everything happening, it just, makes it a little easier on them.
Okay, great.
And Ronia, were you very experienced with horses? I can't remember.
I'd ridden them at school, like not outside of school, but at school. So I,
Okay.
knew them enough, I guess.
So you do notice that, like 3 of them have bridles on, but 2 have halters on, and 3 of them have saddles, and the other 2 don't. And the pack horse has a pack saddle that's a little bit haphazard with the other tack in it.
Okay. I'll be like, well, looks like we need to, equip these guys a little better, but glad we were able to get them.
Yeah, and I'm just like, we weren't sure how we wanted to configure all this. I figured we could get back here and sort it out.
Oh yeah. That's how we're gonna do things here.
Am I going to be able to ride any of these at my size?
How flexible are you? I mean, I've seen
figure-
2-year-olds ride full-grown horses. They just
Yeah,
are really
kids can
I mean,
flexible.
ride
I
horses.
figure you could just like hop on someone else's horse too, because you're not very big.
That's also an option.
Yeah.
Especially if we have like a horse just carrying stuff.
Unless you guys
Yeah.
went out of your way to try to find a pony, but you didn't say you did, so I think you just got horses.
No, we just.
I mean, I
got
probably
horses.
could ride a full, the kids do ride horses. I probably could ride a full one if I needed to, too.
The problem
so.
might be the tack if they didn't get you small person tack.
Mm.
I thought of
True.
it, but I wasn't there to tell them.
Yeah, and since they didn't tell me, we're going to assume they didn't think about it.
We were
They just
too
got
busy getting permission
normal
to borrow
person tack,
horses.
yeah.
Yes, indeed.
We were
So
way
you
too
might
busy getting
technically be
getting
able to ride the
permission
horse.
on the up and up. to
We
worry
were-
about saddle size.
Exactly. We
And I
we
don't think
thought
the
about
school, because it deals with like,
It's high schoolers. Yeah, they might
high
not
school
even
kids
had
that
any.
not have.
Yeah.
Hey Drake, you're kind of in the way.
Well, I can until we figure that out, I can ride behind someone's back and just hold on or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, we could try it out, and then, I mean, worst case, and I guess we're just discussing like worst case, you ride with someone else, and we leave a horse here.
Yeah. And I could also try, I mean, I could try it in the oversized saddle. It might not be comfortable, but I doubt it would be impossible if we could somehow cinch up the stirrups. So okay, well, why don't we try to maybe leave tomorrow so we can start in the morning? But I think I'm probably as ready as I'll ever be.
Yeah, kind of now. I just want to like pack, I guess, to get ready.
Yeah. So
So
at this point, yeah, so we've got one pack horse and then one horse for each of us. So how about I practice riding with the tack while you guys work on packing.
sure. Um, I go in and I guess talk to Leah and be like, well, we have transportation now. I just worry that we might need more supplies.
Mhm.
And Leo says, well, whatever is in the kitchen or storage, you're welcome to. I don't know if there's much left, but
We're not gonna
the cook would know.
Yeah, I probably have seen the cook a bunch of
Yeah,
times
you've gotten to
over
know
the
the
course
cook
of the week.
pretty well.
Yeah.
She's a very nice lady who is happy to give you little treats here and there.
Yeah. I guess we'll go talk to her and see about getting some non-perishable something to eat.
Okay.
Okay.
And she doesn't have much. Supplies are getting kind of thin. But she manages to get you some like beans, like a bunch of, just beans and rice and some other like little things, but there's not a great variety at this point.
Okay.
She's been struggling to keep you all fed, although you haven't really been able to perceive that because she's been doing a great job of it. Supplies have been hard.
Yeah. And then I go and I ask Leo about he's got like leather jackets and stuff, and I'm just like, do you have anything that's like more travel worthy than just like my fleece jacket I got from like this rich kid that left it behind in the dorms one year?
Oh, like
I don't know
for
if you have
clothing?
like, yeah, do you have like, I don't know, other people that had clothes here? There's probably lots of people that lived in this house at some point, right?
Yes. I don't know if you'd like any of their clothing, but you're welcome to it. If you want leathers, it might be a little more difficult. You know, I might have some from when I was a little younger. Let me go check.
Sweet.
And he goes upstairs and says, oh, just check any of the rooms, whatever. Take it if you want it. They'll deal.
Yeah, the way he responded, I kind of expected to be like rich people city clothes.
Yeah, like it's
And-
mostly, nice sort of business attire and nothing
Yeah, I don't
particularly
care that much about it.
durable necessarily.
And then at some point,
But he does
I
come back downstairs after a little while, and he's carrying
Yeah.
a leather jacket that is smaller because his current one wouldn't fit you because he's bigger. He's carrying a leather jacket that has seen better days, but it certainly looks like it might suffice, and says, well, this is what I could find. I think this will fit you.
Sweet, try it on.
And it doesn't, it's not perfect, but certainly would do.
Excellent. I'll take it. Thank you.
You're welcome. That
and then
has
at
a lot
some
of
point-
memories to it, actually. So treat it well.
Well, yeah, I'll try to take care of it. And then at some
Do
point,
really fun things with it.
okay. At some point, I go over and I ask Pew if she's learned more cool stuff other than just lifting phones up off the ground.
Feels like, yeah, I've learned a few.
What sort of stuff? What sort of stuff have you figured out?
Well, I can make these bubbles, but they kind of poison people. It's a cool thing. I'll have to show you sometime later.
You've been testing this,
Okay.
huh?
All right, that's
The
interesting.
neighbors.
Anything else? I'm just like kind of amazed by magic because I can't do it, which is
Yeah.
slightly annoying. But
Yeah, and also, if I like do my hands like this, like, and I do say some things, and then I get like a whole fire thing that comes out. It's like about 15 feet away from me. It's pretty cool.
That is
Oh.
pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
let me know when you're going to do that so I could be not in the way.
Yeah, that's so far what I've learned. So we'll see. We'll see what
Sweet.
I'll learn.
Am I managing to? Oh, sorry.
Oh no, continue.
Just am I managing to ride at least okay?
Do an animal handling check.
Okay.
Yeah, like you can't really get the stirrups right because they don't really go that far in. But
Mhm.
you can kind of like hold on to the saddle a little bit, and you're like kind of getting the feel of basically riding not bareback but closer to bareback because you don't have stirrups that are super functional.
Mm-hmm.
And you may have even decided to just sort of take them off so they weren't just flapping.
Okay. So after I do as much of that as I feel comfortable with, can I track down Leo?
Yeah, he's in the area.
And
He
I just want to
finished
tell him,
getting a leather jacket.
okay, I'm like, I figure, we're going to need things along the way. And since you're sort of, I don't know, sponsoring us on this trip,
Say that.
cash would be very useful, I think. I hate to ask, but we're going to need it. Can you
Yeah.
could we have some cash for expenses along the way?
Yeah, I don't know how much it's worth right now. But sure. Let me see what I have. Not super accessible at the moment for the most part.
Yeah, I'm figuring cards and things aren't going to be any good right now. So
Right. I didn't
cash it
carry
is.
a lot of cash, but I'll see what I've got. So he goes back to the satchel, actually, that had the brochure in it, and roots around, and like he's, kind of digging around for a while and pulls out a couple $100 bills and grabs his wallet out of his pocket and roots around in that, where he has another $100 bill. And he hands those to you and says, well, it's not very much, but it looks like it's all I've got.
So 300?
Yeah.
Thank you, Leo. This will at least help.
I
hope
like to
so.
imagine I'm in the background across the room
Yeah,
in a
you're
leather
still in the
jacket,
area.
like swinging, like playing with daggers, but with the jacket on now,
Okay,
like getting
yeah.
the feel for it. Yeah,
We can
but
All
just
right.
just in the far background as she's like talking to him about this.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the sort of blurry background image of Rusty swinging his dagger. As Leo kind of looks over and gives him a little head nod.
All right. Yeah, so other than that, I guess I just want to get a good night's sleep before we head out in the morning.
Yes, well, thank you for doing this. I hope that it goes smoothly and you come up with a good option.
Me too. This guy sounds like trouble.
Yes. Well, have a wonderful night.
Thank
Yep.
you.
And then I guess sometime in the evening with all of us together, I bring up how everything was looking super shabby outside. when we went and got the horses, and I mentioned it to the folks that stayed behind.
We should definitely be careful as we go. Then there's just so many things that are unable to explain.
It's weird. It's weird how it all has changed.
Okay, let's all
Yep.
get some good sleep.
Yep. Kind of get ready, but you don't want to load the horses up the night before. So get as ready as we can, and then I guess go to bed.
Okay. And you go to bed. Everything seems fine. But when you wake up in the morning, you actually wake up to shouting outside the door, like outside the door of the mansion.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Can I see out the window?
If you wanted to have had a window that was overlooking the front, sure.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm
Or you
asking.
could go downstairs or whatever and look out the
I'm
window.
gonna I'm gonna go like around to the closest corner that I can hide behind and hear what's going on before I step out.
Okay. And those of you who are looking, you see sort of in front of the mansion and in the road, really, but they just happen to sort of be in front of the mansion, 2 police officers and a group of kids from school that you recognize. And they're shouting at each other.
So it's out in the road, but it's not at the front door.
No, it's out in the road.
Is it closer to this? Is it near the school?
Well, I
Is it,
mean, you're a
right
few
in front
blocks
of the
from the
house?
school, but it's in front of the house, yeah.
Are they kids I like?
You don't know them particularly well. They're freshmen. You recognize
I
them.
I want to get close enough that I can hear what they're shouting about.
Okay. And you're trying to stealth it?
Why not? I don't want to disrupt them.
Okay. Then roll stealth. Okay. So as you're kind of creeping around the house and sort of trying to hide behind bushes a little bit, one of the police officers just spins around. He heard something and sees you. Says, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
Well, I'm still on the grounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, I'm staying at this house.
Go away. It's
there
no
a
concern
problem?
of yours.
Okay. And then I go back and act like I'm gonna leave, and then just circle around and try again.
So after you leave, he turns back around to the students, and you're gonna try to stealth again.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to know what's happening.
Stealth again. Okay.
Boom.
Wow. That was a little better.
Yeah.
So this time you managed to get close enough to overhear. I mean, you can sort of overhear, but you're right there. You can see what's going on. No problem. You didn't step on a twig this time. And you, as you get up to them, you realize that it seems like the police are hassling these kids for their stuff. They're sort of mugging them.
And when the cop yelled at me earlier, did I notice if he was armed or not? Is he in full cop gear?
Yeah, he's in full cop gear.
Hmm.
Do we know?
And they're
if guns-
freshmen?
And there's 3 of them.
How many cops are there? 2? Huh. I go back into the house and tell people real quick what's happening.
Okay.
And just be like, oi, these cops are mugging these kids outside. So and so and so and so from school. And then that friend of theirs that nobody remembers his name.
Okay, I'm going out there.
Can I try my bubble thing on the cops? Because I would love to do that.
I was like, no, these cops look like assholes. Let's go.
Okay. So, yeah, let me move y'all. I don't know how to move your actual characters, but I'm gonna move your screen to that one. And let me center it a little bit so you can see it better. Yeah, so basically if we just say that like this is the house and then this is like the road, it's just a random map.
In my lap. The dog.
And I think you can like just drag your icons over.
I don't see our icons.
Oh,
Yeah.
there. I don't really know how you get them between screens. I never figured that out. Maybe I can.
I think you click. No, I don't remember.
There's like a way to do it. But what I'm gonna do.
Maybe
think
you can
if
put
I
some
do
new ones
this-
down.
Yeah, I can bring you all.
There they
over.
are.
Yay!
I
Can't
pasted
move
you
them
over.
now.
I think there's a way you can do it too, but I don't remember how it works.
Well, now we can move them.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
they're
Yep.
yours.
mine.
Oh, you can't?
Nope.
Let me see if I can. Edit it.
I'm gonna put my hit points in the middle and my AC in the middle and my hit points on the right.
I-
Can
Oh,
you move
for-
it now?
Yes, now
Hmm?
I can.
Great.
Or wait, no, my hit points in the middle, sorry, and my AC on the right is what I'm doing.
Okay. That made sense to you, I'm sure. Oh, with the...
Like that.
Okay.
Did that show up? No? Anyway.
Gnarly. I think...
Oh.
Wait,
Oh,
I
well.
think what you're...
You only
it's out
see
of
your
different
own.
maxes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
That's
fine.
So
weird.
just get rid
Whatever.
of like the max there. And then
That's no problem.
Yeah,
So
I
which,
don't know what
went
they're
away.
for.
I don't know. Something
which
like
which side was the house, by the way?
that. Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to fix your thing. There, now at least you have a bar. So if you just make your hit points the one that turns the green bar, then at least we'll have hit points. Like your AC, you can just tell me. So this is the house over here.
Okay.
And then the road is like, over here or whatever. And this could be like the entrance, even though it's up there.
Okay, I'm coming out too
And
because
they're
this
like
is
down
just
here.
not fair.
I can
Yep.
actually put them down there. Theoretically, if I can find it.
All right, we are figuring this out.
Why are you not letting me drag you? Go. There's one police dude. There's another police dude. Oh. Really only two.
Whoop.
And then there are some... Wow. Oh, it's dragging all of them. I see what's happening. Okay.
Oh boy.
You got lots of extra place. I don't know why that's doing it so much bigger, but whatever.
So as part of the narrative to this, I guess I'm just gonna like
Wow, they're all
we
different
kind of want to stop these cops, but I'm gonna go out with my short bow in hand and get ready to yell at them to leave these
Yeah.
kids alone.
Okay.
But I
think-
kind of don't really want to just have the cops leave.
I think we should definitely talk to them and tell them this is not okay and that they can't get away with it.
Pew has other plans. She wants
I-
bubbles.
I, with brandishing a weapon in hand, ready to shoot, not like aimed up, but like, pretty close to at the ready. You just yell, "Oi, what are you doing to our friends there?"
Okay. Did you go back outside or are you still inside?
Like I just stepped outside the doorway. Well, I think we're gonna like get ready to go out because we're,
You just rolled initiative. Yeah, no, I think we're all out on the porch like we are in the map, right?
yeah. Like once
Okay.
we're, gathering, just be like, "Hey, leave our friends alone." What are you doing?
And the first cop, the one that yelled at you before, turns and says, "It's none of your business. Go back inside.
Yeah, those are our friends. It is our business.
I'm gonna arrest you too. Interfering."
No, no, you won't. And then I just shoot an arrow at him.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Roll your attack. Yeah, no, that's gonna hit.
Do I?
I don't even know
How
what
do
their
I?
AC is, but
Is
that's
that
gonna
damage?
hit.
That's not damage. That's. Wait, that is
That's
damage.
your-
No, that's to hit, right?
That's to hit, yeah.
Yeah, that's just
The first one's to hit, and then the second one is.
They're
If you
both
had
Damage.
disadvantage.
It just rolls 2 for if you
No,
have
it's
advantage or
showing the-
disadvantage.
Oh no, it's. Oh. Yeah, so that's gonna hit, and then what is it? 1d6 plus 4. 8.
Okay. So you hit the first guy, just like square in the like neck right above his body armor, and it just kind of like it doesn't go through his neck, but it like slides through, and he's like grabs onto his neck. He's like, "What the?" And turns around towards you, and he pulls out a gun. And
I get ready to shoot him again.
Oh my goodness. That escalated quickly.
I think I rolled initiative ahead of time. I rolled a 5.
Okay.
That was a prepping. Or I could just roll.
It's paper.
I need
I
practice.
know there's a way to do turn order, but I don't remember how to do it.
Ah,
Well, Pew's going last.
The one who wanted to start out.
I
dear. I feel like we're going in like opposite order of how much we want this battle.
Right.
that is not true.
Oh yeah, you're up high. That's right.
Okay,
it's
so
just
so Ronya, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'm kind of absolutely freaking out, but I'm also really upset that these guys would take advantage of this and try to, attack our students. So, I just look at the guy who is pointing a gun at us, and I'm just like, how dare you even call yourself someone that's upholding justice or something? You're just the most terrible excuse for a cop that I've ever seen.
He just shot me, lady. Get out of here. This is dangerous.
He just got shot in the neck by an arrow. How is he still alive?
It didn't go
depending
all the
on
way
how it
through.
went
Just
in.
kind of shot
Yeah.
and glanced off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's like holding it, but it's like bleeding, like through his pressure.
But I just put so much anger and I'm just so angry, and my words just seem to shock him to the core.
You're gonna cutting
As
words him?
Is it?
vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery.
Yes.
Okay.
So
And is that what kind of save is that? Is it a will save? Constitution?
I'm not sure it's good. Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. Yeah, so he's sort of like, "Hey, lady, but it," and just like stops and is like, "Wait, man," and like his hand's like been holding he's holding the gun, and he just kind of like grabs his head like it hurts too, and then oh fuck, and goes back to his neck.
So that would do 2 damage, plus he gets disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Okay.
okay.
All right, Rusty, you're up again.
Oh man. This is not going to end well for someone. Um,
Yeah, you just shot a cop. I think it's not going to go well for someone.
yeah. I'll probably have a story time later, but just yell. Your uniform
Seattle's
doesn't
finest,
let you
and
do
you're
that.
shooting 'em.
Yeah, they're assholes. I grew up with them. No, yeah. my character grew up in not the right place, and he's just not having any of it, and just shoots the guy again.
Oh dear.
Hold on, wait, and boop.
Yeah, you hit. So just in case you're curious, like that's not the nat 20. That's
Total of 20.
like a 16
Yeah.
plus 4 for your dex modifier. Or no, not even 16, 14 plus 4 plus 2. If it's a nat 20, it turns red. Like the one did. Okay. So yeah, you shoot him again, and this time you like manage to get it sort of below the body armor, and you get like you sort of looks like you might actually even like pierce the femoral artery, and so he's like bleeding profusely like everywhere. He's not dead, but he is not. He looks like he's not
And
gonna
still
last much
somehow
longer.
pointing a gun at me.
Oh no, he like dropped the gun. Like
Okay.
when you shot him the second time, the gun sort of dropped. And when he like was grabbing his head, like this all happened, super fast. And his gun is on the ground. And he's
What's his
like,
buddy doing?
his buddy is like has turned towards you with his gun pointed towards you.
Sweet. I does the like porch entry area have like pillars or any fancy crap I can hide behind?
Yeah,
Because I'm just gonna move over to be
hold on.
behind something,
Okay.
or like mostly covered by something, but still seeing what's happening.
Halt. Okay, yeah, so there's like a pillar over here. There's another pillar here.
Yeah, I'll move over to like there so I can, and like as I'm doing it, just be like, yeah, you shouldn't abuse your power.
He's like,
And then yeah,
we'll see you in jail for this, as he's like bleeding out onto the ground. And so he leans over and he grabs his gun and he takes aim at he can't quite really see you. So he's just like sort of waving the gun wildly and then just shoots at the pew, because she's like the only one that he can really see.
Oh, great.
whoops.
Thanks.
So guns still work?
Yeah, I'm surprised if it would work.
Damn.
Hey.
So he shoots it, and it goes off.
Okay.
It misses wildly, but it seems to function. And then the other police officer, has his gun out too, and he is a little more careful, and he sort of moves back a little bit to where he can see Rusty, and he takes aim a little more carefully and shoots. And he also gets a shot off, but it sort of pings against the pillar because he didn't have really perfect line of sight, and goes off. Ricochets off. And Card, is your turn.
Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can get about that far. And I will chuck a javelin at the closer one.
Okay, the unharmed one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I guess the other one. They're both about the same distance. Well, not. They're both within range.
Do you want to
You
hit
don't
the?
need-
Do you
you
want to
don't
hit
need
the
to try
like
to kill.
fatally injured one, or do you want to
Yeah.
hit the
Okay,
uninjured
let's
one?
go for the healthy one.
Okay.
Good point.
Okay. And your javelin, like you're not perfect at the javelin yet. You're still kind of figuring it out. And it sort of glances off of his body armor. Kind of hits, but it doesn't hit directly enough to go through, which it normally would. Just kind of glances off. And Pew, you just got shot at.
Yeah, I got shot at. So are these guys within? Are the two officers within 5 feet of each other or not?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
And you can also measure people.
Okay.
by doing the
Oh, with
little
the
measure thing.
ruler.
Yeah. See, they're 10
10 feet.
apart.
Okay.
Each square is 5 feet.
Yeah, plus there's the squares. Like there's the tile sort of things, but there's also squares that you can sort of see at the grid.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me measure some things really quick.
Have the freshmen reacted yet?
Um,
Are they just like freaking
they're
out?
kind of freaking out. Yeah, they're all sort of huddled together. Like they already sort of were just kind of freaking out, huddled together, and now they're like, they're kind of like trying to get out of the way.
Yeah.
As like
So
arrows and javelins and stuff are going.
I'm gonna aim at the not injured person
Okay.
with acid splash.
Okay.
So I'm hurling a bubble of acid, and I've chosen a creature within range.
Okay. And do you have to do an attack roll,
Do I
or is it a save?
one? They need to save on a dexterity saving roll.
Okay. And what's their? What are they supposed to get? What's your AC or whatever?
14.
Okay. So he does get his save.
Okay.
Then does he take half damage or?
Nope. He doesn't take any
Nothing?
damage.
So he
Nothing.
manages to nimbly dodge out of the way of your strange acid coming at him.
Gosh darn it. Pew is bummed. Pew decides to, with that happening, can she hustle over behind the pillar
Absolutely. Yeah.
now? Can I move my... How do I move it? Oh,
Switch to the
Switch to the arrow.
Yeah.
to the cursor.
yep.
There
Okay.
you go.
So I'm just hiding behind the pillar now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ronya. Your turn again. They're shooting at you
Let's
guys.
see. Yeah, it's really freaking me out. Just a moment. I'm going to. Yeah, I am going to do the same thing that I did, but to the second guy,
Okay.
and say, it's bad enough that this guy just shot at a kid, but now you did too, and you're supposed to be protecting us. I've always believed that the police were supposed to protect us, but you're just destroying my faith in humanity, and just right at him
Okay.
with all my earnestness. And yeah, it's a wisdom save of 14.
Okay. Yeah, and he doesn't make it. He's sort of stunned by this. So do your damage. Okay.
Ooh.
He's not very stunned by it.
All
A little
right.
bit, but not very.
But he still has, it still gives him disadvantage on his
Disadvantage, yeah.
next.
Yeah, so he's processing. Okay, Rusty.
Yeah, I just yell, everyone's having enough trouble right now as it is without you lot making it worse, and then just shoot at the healthy one.
Okay.
Healthier one.
Yeah, you hit.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, you get this one. Shoot him. Hits. It actually hits his armor, but it's not really made for pointed objects so much, so it kind of just goes right through the armor. And he has an arrow sticking out of his chest now.
And then I just move, like, knowing that he shot at me. I'm gonna move maybe a little bit so I can still like look around, but I'm gonna be pretty hidden from him.
Okay.
Like back here.
Okay.
So.
And the first one that you had shot at looks like he's still just sort of barely hanging on, but he's still hanging on. And he swerves over and aims his gun at Card, because that's the only target he can see. He's like, damn you kids, we're just... And shoots again. And completely misses. He's flailing at this point. And the other cop is like looking around, and he decides like he has a target, and it's not James. Like James missed him with the javelin, doesn't really care. So he goes over here to where he can sort of see Rusty again.
Did he pass by close to James?
That's what I was wondering.
Well, if you're on the stairs, he kind of did. I'll say that you get an attack of opportunity, but it's going to be with disadvantage because you were kind of like not on even ground.
Okay. That's pretty
Either
good
way,
disadvantage roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And yours is doing your damage, so apparently you set it up differently.
Oh, that's... Wait, what? I've got to check. I'll have to figure that out.
Figure out what that difference is because that's super handy. Just one roll and it's all done.
And that's a lot of damage too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like, what are you wielding? A longsword. You like slash at him and he crumples to the ground. Like you have severed his neck.
Oh my gosh.
And he is just bleeding out on the ground.
Whew.
And the first cop looks over and is like, what are you guys? And Pew, it's your turn.
We're angry LARPers. Watch out.
Pew comes out from her little tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what does she do? Can I click on that? Then she decides, well, I'm not going to do some acid damage. I'm going to try this cool ray of frost thing I've learned about.
Yeah.
So, like this beam of blue white light is coming through her hands.
Uh-huh.
Again, she has a spell save at DC 14. And
What type?
it is unhit. They take... What did they have to do?
Probably fortitude.
Make
Probably,
a ranged
yeah.
spell attack. Okay, so how to make a ranged spell
Or
attack
con.
against
Oh,
the
you
target?
have to make a spell attack. Okay.
So how?
Oh, they don't get a save then.
Right.
Yeah, that type.
So you just have
you
to
roll on.
use your. So you roll.
Yeah, it'll be
D20 plus your spell attack modifier.
Okay. spell
which is
attack.
your
Plus proficiency.
int plus proficiency. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Think of how do
you
I
can set it up as an attack in your
Yeah.
just like the weapons and stuff.
the weapons? Okay, I haven't done that
Just
yet.
roll what 1d20 plus 6.
Yeah, D20 plus 6. Oh shoot.
With a little
That's-
slash roll in front of it.
I'm gonna get lazy in this. Okay, there we go. 1d20 plus 6. Okay, 18.
Okay, yeah, that hits. And you
Okay.
get your damage, which is 1d8, it looks like.
Yep, and we're gonna go with the thing. No, I don't have a modifier on this. Thank you very much. 8.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, you like shoot out this ray of frost and it hits him square in the chest. And his whole body just like ices over. And then he crumples to the ground.
And Pew gets really excited about this.
And the kids that were like standing there like, oh my god, did you just kill them? They're police officers. What? And they like run away. And like one of them is like gonna come and talk to you, but the others just grab him and drag him off.
Yeah, Roan is pretty horrified as well. So are both of them totally incapacitated at this point?
Yeah, they're both bleeding out on the ground.
Okay. I run up to the closest one then.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'll head over there as well when I see her. Like,
so yeah, I grab his gun and make
Okay.
sure it's far away from him, like just kind of chuck it away.
Mm-hmm.
And also just start taking his, if I can, try to remove his body armor from him.
Okay.
Shouldn't you try and stabilize him first?
I'm gonna do that after I take this off.
Okay, it's gonna take a little while.
Okay, well, okay, in that case, I'll try to stabilize him first. If I'm having a lot of trouble getting the armor off of
Okay.
him.
Yeah, it's not like super easy. Like you can just slip it off.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and stabilize him so that he's not gonna actually die.
Okay, roll a medicine check.
Okay, just a second.
You had any first aid training?
Nope.
All right, then roll a medicine check. Okay, you are trying to stabilize him, and it's not working. Still bleeding. Like his neck has been like all but severed.
Okay, so I'm just pulling something out of the depths of myself, and I'm gonna really try to help him, and just feel this power flowing from me into him from
She's
somewhere.
frantically doing this. I pick up like his gun and walk away with it so that it's not anywhere near like him being able to like scramble around.
Okay. Is anybody doing anything with the other one?
I'll head over there.
Pew's just standing around, just been like looking at her hands, going like, "Ooh, they do cool things. They're pretty. They make blue things happen." It's very, having her self-involved moment of like, "Yeah, I did things.
Yeah.
No big deal."
Yeah, I'll be like over here.
Give me just a second. I'm looking for the rules on cure wounds, which should be
It's
1d8 plus
1d8.
casting modifier.
1d8 plus casting modifier. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that would be
Roll low, please.
yeah. I don't want to help him a lot.
okay. So he comes back to consciousness and he's just gasping, staring up at you in abject horror. And
So I just look right at him and I'm like, okay, take off your vest now.
he looks a little confused and he's like, what's going on?
Just do it. Can I do like an intimidation check?
Yeah.
Just a second.
If she starts to say this, I just point the gun at him because I have it in my hand.
I'm glad you're helping because I'm this tiny little girl being like, do this.
Okay, so you're assisting with the intimidation?
Yeah.
Okay. He sort of
I would,
looks-
but I'm over by the other one.
Right. Yeah, so while they're doing that, what are you doing with that guy before he bleeds out?
You see, the fun thing with lay on hands is I can pick how much I want to heal.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I can just go 1.
Okay. Is that what you do?
Yes.
Okay. So
Do you
that
disarm
guy,
him first?
What's that?
Yes. I disarm
Okay.
him first.
Okay. Okay. So you take his gun off or away from him. It's on the ground. And touch him and just like with both of you, this sort of white light sort of surrounds the bodies and then they come to life. Like they're not dead, but they were definitely super unconscious and their wounds are a little bit healed up. In the case of yours, Ronya, it's super healed up all of a sudden magically. In the case of cards, it's just a little bit like it's not bleeding. He's not bleeding out anymore. And he's looking at you in the same sort of just horror. And the one that you're standing over, Ronya, is like, he looks at you and he just is like, what? And then he looks over and sees Rusty with the gun. Like, okay. And he sits up and takes off his vest.
Okay, and then I just tell him, all my life I believed you guys were going to protect us, and you clearly are not. You do not deserve this vest or this gun. You didn't hurt anybody yet, as far as I saw, so I'm not going to call it a capital offense. Not going to let you die, but you are done.
Those rich kids have everything, and people on the streets are starving to death. We're trying to make it all a little more even here.
Just you don't bully kids. If you want to do something about it, you can talk it over.
I slowly
Just
walk
go.
up and stay out of like grabbing range. And I look at him and I'm like, I grew up on the streets and we made do without abusing our power. So you can go fuck yourself. and like make sure he takes off like his gun belt that he's got with all of his cop shit on it
Mm-hmm.
and all that. And then like yell over at the other one to do the same.
Okay. And the other one is watching his partner. Like he's been pretty quiet. He's kind of been the follower this whole time. And he's like, sort of takes off his stuff. And he's definitely feeling super bad. Like he is not nearly as healed. So he takes off all of his stuff and they both.
Oh, I wasn't trying to make him feel good. I was just trying to get him out.
Yeah, he's not feeling well. So he's not fighting as much. He's just like, okay. He just takes off all his stuff and it's like, come on, man, let's go.
I tell them, and you saw what we did here. Don't let yourselves think that we won't find you again if you do something bad again. Like, we will find you.
And you come around after us, we'll just kill you next time.
What the fuck even are you guys?
Apparently better than you are.
So just go and don't hurt any more people.
He's like not even listening to you. He's just like stalking off.
All right.
The street in front
He
of you
was still
is
just
really empty.
He was still just staring at her hands, going like, "Ooh, they do flashy things.
And there's
You're so pretty."
everywhere.
I pick
He
up
does
the
not
vest.
even know.
I'm like, hey, does this fit anybody?
What, the belt and the vest?
The
It
vest.
probably doesn't fit Ronya because you're so little.
Yeah, that's why I'm not trying to put it on. I'm like, does this fit anybody else? Might be useful.
Actually,
James?
having some armor would be useful if it's actually useful. Like if it's
That'll
decent.
probably fit you all right.
It's police body armor. I
Oh.
imagine it'll help you.
Yeah, I mean, we made them take off all their cop stuff. So, like, we've got, what, like a belt with a holster and stuff on it?
Mhm.
Maybe some handcuffs if we're lucky.
No, one of them had handcuffs. The other one didn't.
All right.
And
I
they
try
both
on
have
the
batons also.
body armor. Ooh,
You're gonna try on the
that's
body
useful.
armor? Okay.
Yeah, why not? I try it on and see how it feels.
Okay. So you try it on, and it feels really heavy. It's super uncomfortable. You don't feel like you can move as quickly. You can wear it, but it wouldn't.
Oh, so it
be
counts.
awesome.
Probably counts as heavy.
Yeah, we're gonna say that. counts as
Okay,
heavy
I
armor.
will
I'm
grab
pretty
it
sure. I
then.
haven't looked at the link,
Yep.
but that seems like heavy armor to me.
It's probably, yeah, either medium or heavy, so I wouldn't wear it.
Yeah, either way.
I want heavy.
Yeah, go for it, James.
Yeah. Well, now we've got two. And we've got two guns that work.
Somehow.
Did they have extra magazines, like extra ammo on their belts, like in little...
I don't
Could
want
pull it.
medium armor. I want
Listen.
heavy armor.
Well, you've
I'm
got
saying
something
this is
now.
probably a tactical vest,
Okay.
which is, according to this link that is D&D sort of approved, is medium armor.
Hey,
haven't
it's still
decided
better
if I'm
than...
gonna like
Had-
completely agree with this whole link, but for the moment, we'll call it good.
You just had like regular teenage street clothes before, so I would definitely say this is a step up.
Well, yes, but
It
Yeah.
is. Once you run into some SWAT teams, you might be able to find some heavy armor.
We just take out a SWAT team for no
Yeah, no
reason.
problem.
Yeah. Yeah, easy peasy. So I guess we head back inside and make sure that they didn't just like leave anything behind. There's no bodies now, so that's good.
Nope, just blah blah.
But
I think we'd better get on our way really soon. So, like,
Yeah,
I'm
let's,
sure they're coming back with like more people.
is Leo about at this point? Has he noticed? Did he notice that we just like murdered people on his lawn?
Go in and see
murder
if you can
them.
find him.
I mean,
we
we
explicitly
just
did not
about
murder
murdered
them.
Didn't quite murder
Like
that.
gunshots were happening.
We murdered them
well.
and then we unmurdered them.
Yeah, it's probably time to get going.
Yeah, I think we
Let's,
should leave now.
Yeah. Let's back up and head out. Make like a baby and head out.
Okay.
And then I mean, at some point we should probably see if Leo's around and like
Yeah, we should
tell
tell him
we're
we're
leaving.
going.
And like if he didn't notice somehow that we had a
Altercation.
fight in the yard. Yeah.
You'd think he would hear the gunshots. Yeah, look around for him. Is he around at all?
So, as you're looking around for him, you find him upstairs in the upstairs window, like looking out on the lawn, just kind of shaking his head. Like you can't see his face because he's staring outside, just shaking his head, like his hands up. This is sort of the position you can see.
Yeah, we go up to him.
He turns around. Oh, looks like you're all right with killing after all.
I am not. I made sure they were not killed, but I was horrified that they would do that in this situation.
What were they even doing?
They were mugging those kids because they're
Yeah.
rich kids.
And, they shouldn't abuse power just because they have guns and equipment, and it's just wrong.
Okay. I just taught you
But-
to fight, so I'm not going to argue with you.
We didn't kill them.
I saw that.
Oh.
That was pretty impressive healing. So that's also a thing you both do.
I guess so.
I knew you were
But-
special.
Well, we
telling
better
you
get out of
guys.
here. And I'm really sorry for any mess we caused that might come back to get you, but I really think we need to leave.
Yeah. I never saw you. Don't know who you are. Random kids on my front porch. Sorry.
Sounds like a
Get
good
outta
plan.
here. Come back when you're done. It'll all be sorted out here. Don't worry about this side.
Well,
All right.
thanks for your help.
Well, thank you for your
Yeah.
help. Keep me posted. As much as you can.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll write if like the post office is a thing. I don't know.
All right.
I write down Leo's address in my notebook.
Okay. And then he sort of looks at you and is like, well, just in case, and rattles off a phone number.
Okay. I put that in my notebook with it.
Okay. I don't know if it'll work ever, but just in case. Good luck, you guys. And he reaches out and shakes each of your hand in turn.
All right.
You well.
Okay.
Let's
Cool.
get out of here.
Yeah.
You
I
load
guess
up the
let's-
horses. Does anyone who wants to try to load the pack horse, I want to give me an animal handling check.
I'll try again. Hey!
Somehow, miraculously, for someone who's never been horse packing, you figure it out. It is really complicated, but you figure it all out.
And you've
that
got
horse is
my
packed.
guitar too, right?
Yeah, I got your guitar. Well, you take care of your guitar, actually. I don't know where that is.
Hopefully it's on that horse.
Well, I mean, you guys can say what you're putting on, like what you put in the pile.
Yeah,
to
I'm
be
gonna
piled.
I'm gonna keep my backpack with all my personal stuff on me, and then I don't have anything heavy really. So
Same. Yeah.
I have my makeup kit of black makeup and green makeup.
Essentials.
what are you, a Navy
Essentials.
SEAL?
Yes. I was trying green makeup for a bit too. Like at least like 5 sets of clothing, some ranging from warmish to warmer and light, all in dark black. And I'm wearing boots right now and this really cool like wavy cloak because I have said that this is my new like the Elvira like almost like webbed coat. That's what she's wearing right now.
Okay.
I don't know
Nice.
how she packed a horse with that, but she did.
Did you guys bring any sort of like camping gear or anything, or just clothes and
Um,
essentials?
I mean, I was planning on looking for supplies, like
Right.
probably some blankets at least, and like
Yeah.
I don't know how much they would have had in the mansion, but
Yeah, some blankets from the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
no like fancy like candelabras or paintings are going to help us, so I didn't take any of that stuff.
Okay.
Grabbed a sleeping bag.
Do they have sleeping bags? Because I would have grabbed one.
All right. Didn't
Are there?
ask.
Let's ask.
Ah,
I did ask
sleeping
about
bags?
supplies. I specifically
did.
used the word supplies.
And then you got through food, and then that's all we heard about it for the moment, anyway.
All right.
Let's go and see if there's any sleeping bags before we run off completely.
It's like that last minute, like we're getting in
Oh,
the car,
crap.
and it's like, oh wait,
Since I'm probably not going to be very helpful with carrying big, heavy things anyway, I'm going to take the time because it takes me longer to get on my horse. So I'm just going to be ready to go when you guys are packed.
Okay.
yeah, I guess just like sleeping bags or whatever we can find
Okay.
in storage.
And you do not find any like camping stuff really. You manage to find like a few sort of lighter weight pots and pans from the kitchen. But no sleeping bags, no tents, nothing like that. In storage you find a whole lot of antique furniture, a bunch of old clothes, and you do find Leo's weapon stash, but it's in a locked case.
So probably just blankets would still be very useful.
Yeah. We can always stop at Costco.
Yep. Oh, and I'm not
REI.
wearing
Yeah.
it on my hip, but I'm keeping one of the pistols and the belt with me. Not the extra body armor though, because it didn't fit. It didn't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So you grab some blankets and call it good?
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
yeah, I checked a map earlier this week, so I have an idea of where we're going.
And I mean,
At
we
least.
have the map, right?
Yeah, you guys
We
were
still
looking at
have it.
maps.
I'm sure. Assume we still have them.
Yeah. You can go take maps.
Okay.
Know the direction you're going.
Cool.
Is
roll
REI
out.
on the way?
Maybe we'll find out.
There's probably some store that has some kind of camping equipment on the way.
He
As
was
long as we
concerned
get
about
far
this.
away
Do
from
any of you
this.
know where REI is?
Yeah, you can see it from the freeway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right there. It's like a landmark in town.
Yeah,
Mhm.
let's go to it. Let's just go there because as long as
I
we
mean,
get away
there's-
from the house, the police aren't, because they can't radio to each other that they know where we are. So just get away from the house. Anywhere is fine. Let's go to REI.
I mean, we're gonna be. I don't know exactly where in Seattle we are, but we're gonna head north, right?
Probably.
And I figure at some point we can detour to like anywhere with a sporting goods store or like outdoor store of some
Yeah,
kind.
there's definitely options. I mean, they're not exactly few and far between in the Seattle area.
It's so true.
Yeah.
So yeah, you managed to find some kind of sporting goods store, whether it's REI or whatever you choose to go to, without any particular issues.
Are they open?
Are they open? Is it
No.
looted?
It's
Not open?
closed.
Not looted?
Okay.
Does it
Are
look
there-
like it's been looted?
How closely are you looking? Going up to the door?
Well, just let's
Yeah,
walk
going
up,
right up to the door.
walk up, knock, be like, "Hey, hi,
The
hey."
door is locked.
No lights,
no
but
lights,
no
yeah.
activity.
No,
But it doesn't look like all disheveled and tossed.
not from what you can see, but it's pretty dark in there.
Okay, and it's like retail doors, so that's probably not going to be useful. You guys want to try to get in and see if we can?
Course.
All right, let's go around back to the like fire door, service door, and see if we can get in.
Okay.
And then like let's mosey around there, and then I'll try to open the door.
Okay. And this door, you notice, has been sort of like dented, like someone has been banging on it, sort of around the lock area.
Is it like the lock damaged? I'm gonna try to open it.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand. I think is what you
Thieves
use for lock
tools.
picking. Or use tools, yeah. Is there use tools? I don't think there's a use tools.
Thieves tools. They're
Oh,
a
thieves'
tool
tools.
skill, and I took.
You should be proficient in it. So I guess you can just add, like, roll and add
Ooh,
your dex.
there we
and your
go.
Proficiency. So, okay, you can just click that, yeah.
Nice.
So the lock has been a little bit damaged, but you managed to kind of get in sort of around the damage enough to actually manage to unlock the lock. And the
All right,
door
do I
Yeah.
is
push it open? And I'm gonna be very careful in case there's people like hiding inside.
Okay.
I'm trying to be like not super obtrusive. I guess like stealthy as I open the door initially to like check.
Okay. And roll a stealth check.
I'm glad you're
being
doing it.
Stealthy. Yeah. And
I'm not subtle in
especially from
anything
this
I
back
do.
entrance, it's really dark. Can't see very. Or you have dark vision.
Yeah, I have dark
You
vision.
can see the back
Cool.
area. And,
Am I the only one with dark vision?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
Let me
I don't
check.
know about halflings. I don't think they do.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
think
fairly
they do.
certain
I don't think they do. I don't think they do either. I'm just
In
gonna
fact,
check.
because
But
I
yeah, go
remember
on.
in my previous campaign, the halfling was always holding onto the cloak of the
Nope.
ranger.
No,
She
no
couldn't
dark
see
vision for
anything.
halfling.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, I go in and kind of peek around a little bit,
Okay.
and then like check. Like I'm gonna check a little bit, and then like tell them, hey, I don't think there's anyone in here.
Okay. Yeah, and you
And
don't
then-
see any evidence that there is anybody.
Can someone stay and hold the horses?
Pew will. Even though she
And then
was really excited
just
about
be like-
going in.
I guess let's just like yell if something happens, or like I don't know, set them on fire or something.
Okay.
Not the horses. If people show up, you know.
Duh.
Oh my.
And then yeah, let's go shopping.
Just set the
So I
people
go
on
in.
fire,
Like,
no problem.
I look for upgrades for everything except I'm keeping the leather jacket.
Okay.
Well, I'll get a
Oh.
rain jacket.
Okay.
And then
And Pew lists off a list of, okay, get me a raincoat, a black sleeping bag. If you can find a black blanket, find a black blanket.
we just
her
load
whole
up
list.
like
Load
some
up
tents, sleeping
tent.
bags. I
Black
grab
tent.
like I find some like jackets and stuff like she wants, but I grab them in like 4 different sizes and colors because I don't know what she wants, and I'm just like, "What do you want?" and like throw them at her when we get back. Be like,
I go to
"Here."
the kids section and
Okay.
look for something that looks like it might provide some protection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're able to find just about everything you want in there. No problem.
I get a nicer backpack that's good for like carrying things long term.
Like a backpack.
Yeah.
I grab a fishing pole and some tackle.
Okay.
Hand that out to Pew to stick on the horse.
Okay.
And then I have my notebook
I
and I
go-
write down a list of every single item that we took.
Okay.
And
I load up on a bunch of freeze dried food and like other, like they have those like various snacks and drink mixes and things, and I load up on a bunch of those.
Okay.
So we've got like actual good supplies.
oh, camping cooking gear would be good. Like
Yeah.
the collapsible pots and all that.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, I write down a list of every single thing that we took and write, please charge to the Walker family, and write their contact, like put the contact info for that and kind of stick it under the register.
Okay.
I sneakily, after she does it, I take the piece of paper.
And do a perception check, Rusty.
Perception.
Mm-hmm. Okay. While you are sneakily, actually do a sleight of hand as well, and do a perception, Rania.
Oh, okay.
I doubt you're gonna perceive this.
Rolling against each other. Oh no. Just a second. Yeah,
you
no.
have idea. Okay.
I-
So while you're kind of like stealthily, super stealthily, grabbing this piece of paper, you see next to the register a diamond, probably bracelet that looks like it's like glowing faintly. Like to your elf, vision, it's kind of glowy.
I've touched like hot things before, so I like touch it real quick to see if it's gonna like do anything to me, and then I grab it and like take a look at it.
Okay, yeah, it feels like a bracelet. And when you look at it more closely, it is, some kind of clear gem and some kind of red gem or glass or whatever.
Cool.
And it's still
And then
sort of seems
on the
like it's
way
glowing.
out, like the way out to the back, after I do that, I pass by a section with climbing gear and I see rope and I'm like, that looks cool, and I grab like a big old thing of climbing rope.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah,
Y'all make your. Did you get anything? Anybody else get anything? I mean, you can just like write.
I mean, I
down your
loaded up
inventory,
on like,
whatever, all your stuff.
yeah,
A tarp
Yeah.
would be good.
Crowbar. Anybody get a crowbar?
Yeah, some
I don't know that you'd
tools.
find a crowbar in there.
Oh, maybe.
Lantern.
Sure, you found a crowbar. Why
Oh
not?
yeah, gas lantern. They have gas lantern would
Lamps.
be great. Yeah.
Lamps and like they probably have candle lamps. We could get those.
Cooking
Yeah.
stove.
Yeah, I already
Yeah.
said the cooking stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you
So we've
actually have
got
to sort of
like-
wade through a lot of things because like most of the lamps are electric, battery powered, but you managed to find some that are
Well, at an REI, they would
gas powered.
definitely have Coleman lanterns.
yeah.
Yeah, they would have.
But you have to go
non-electric.
through like all the battery ones too
Mhm.
to find the gas
And then
ones.
I don't know how good our maps are, but if I see like one of those big, those big obnoxious like atlases that
Mhm.
have like really detailed maps of everything, if I see one of those, I grab it to have like really detailed maps of stuff
Okay, roll
for
investigation.
the state.
Plus maybe some things like snares.
Yeah, you
Wow,
found them.
rolling good.
You're
They have
just
a hunting
rolling super
section.
well.
Yeah, so we just load up on a bunch of stuff, but yeah, I think having a really good map will be nice. So, and then I guess I don't know, how exposed is it at the back of the store? Is it like in the open? I don't want to
Pretty
be
much.
like,
It's kind of like in a parking lot, you know.
Oh, emergency flares would
yeah,
be good.
are we just like remembering this? Like, oh, hey, did you see
Oh
one
yeah,
of
by
these?
the way, so go back in and grab this other thing.
And then I'm like repacking all my stuff, and I've got like the handful of things I had with me, and then yeah, I'm grabbing like the fancy, high speed versions of like the other stuff I had.
Mhm.
I find a new hat that's not as terrible.
Okay.
Keeps
And
a leather
Pew is
jacket.
going rapidly crazy because every time she thinks she's got stuff packed, you like bring out another armful of stuff. So she has to like
Okay,
repack
I'm gonna be
everything
done.
because you can't just like stuff more stuff in pack saddles. So
Yeah,
you have to
yeah,
balance
no.
them.
Sucks.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just get back on my horse because again, it takes me a
Yeah,
while.
I think we've probably got a good amount of supplies for things.
Okay.
And then yeah, and I help pack stuff up, and then I keep all my personal stuff with me, and then like a little bit of food. But
Okay. So you guys are packed up. There's definitely been like people sort of passing by the area while you've been doing this. But they've kind of just been ignoring you as far as you can tell.
and then I guess when we go to leave, I just sort of pull the door closed and see if it like shuts fully.
Okay. And yeah, you managed to open it well enough that it shuts and clicks the lock. Click shut. Yep.
Sweet. All right. Guess let's go now that we're all kitted up, and I've got really good maps to know exactly where we should go. And then
Okay.
the only thing is I'm a little worried about bridges because all the stuff looked like super decrepit before. So I'm kind of worried about bridges. So I'm
yeah.
like thinking that we just go around, and I like look at the map, but I'm like, yeah, we should probably just go this way and like go around the north end of the lake and like stay
I
on
mean, you go.
solid ground. Yeah.
That's probably a better idea. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And so we just, I guess keep going.
Keep going. All right. And you don't manage to get very far by the usual standard because you're on horses. Like you feel like you've just hardly gone anywhere, and it's like getting dark. You're still in the city. You haven't made it out
Well,
of the city. by any
considering how
means.
fast traffic normally moves in Seattle, this might actually be an improvement.
Actually,
probably would be.
That's true.
Do we see anything around us that looks kind of like a hotel or anything?
Yeah, is
Or
there
a
like
nice underpass?
like a sheltered area that we can camp discreetly in with animals? We probably want to like stop and graze the horses too if there's parks or like anywhere with lawns.
So you've got like a super good map. You can easily find a park or something if you want to.
Yeah, if we can find somewhere that's physically covered, not just like trees, that would probably be good. But I mean, we did grab camping gear, so.
Yeah,
And-
so you managed to find like a park, and it's got like an enclosed eating area, or a covered picnic area that could work, or you could go somewhere else.
Yeah, I feel like if it's not too out in the open, we're probably all right.
Not trees, like it's not secluded by any means, but it's not like you can see it for miles.
Cool.
Got
And
lots of
then
trees around
and
it.
then I feel like let the games begin of us trying to figure out how to set up our tents and stuff.
Yes.
Because we all collectively probably have 0 days of camping experience, if I'm guessing
Probably.
correctly.
Yeah, I'm amazed that Pia managed to pack a pack horse. That was actually a pretty high bar I set for it. So, yeah, if y'all want to roll, I don't even know.
Survival.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll survival to see if you can manage to set up your tent. Nope.
Nope.
Let's see. I'm so useless.
Okay, so Pew and Ronya, I'm assuming you guys were gonna did you get like 2 tents, or how many tents? What sort of tent arrangement did you decide to do?
We would have gotten multiples because it would have been
Like
smarter
one
that
for
way.
each of you?
I mean, there's
probably
like
only
individuals.
like one.
I think 2 is probably
Two
good.
person is fairly standard.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
My character would not have known to look for a bivy sack unless they were prominently displayed in the store. I would have grabbed like 2 tents that said 2-person on them
Okay.
each, at least, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 tents sounds sensible.
Okay. So the girls try to set up their tent, and it is just like there are these random stick things, and there are these random plastic things, and they're like they like click together sort of sometimes. Some of the things do, and there's all this fabric, and you have 0 idea what to do with that.
I probably
on the
can't
other
reach
hand,
height.
the boys, after some struggle, it takes a minute, manage to sort of like, oh, you just like collapse together all the little stick things and stick them in the hole. Like, this is easy. Like, it takes a minute, but then once you have it, it's pretty easy. And Rusty, you even kind of after a little while go, oh, I get it. Like, these would go into the ground to hold it in place, but you're on like a concrete foundation right now. So you can't actually do that. But so you get a pretty good idea of what your tent is, and you look over and the girls are just like, it's
Help.
just this huge mess.
Help.
All right.
Sounds about right.
And I sort of hate that
Let's,
it went that way with the gender role.
Hey,
By the way.
I don't even. I look and I see that like in the bag because they're like fresh in the packaging because we're kids and we just like threw them on the
Right.
thing. It's got instructions there, and I find those after like figuring out our tent.
After
I'm like,
figuring it
hey, would these help? And just like,
Toss the instructions out.
I like hand them.
Pew.
I'm not gonna throw them.
Pew is a little upset with this.
I'm like, can you just help us, please?
And so once we get settled, I don't know how late it is, but I say, hey, you smart types, this thing is kind of glowing, and I found it earlier. Can one of you figure out what it does? It's looks kind of fancy, but I think can you guys magic your way to like, or I mean, don't like dissolve it in acid, but like maybe figure out what it is. It special at all? I mean, it looks kind of cool.
And those of you who know jewelry, like it's immediately recognizable. It's just like a probably diamond and ruby tennis bracelet, but you don't really see the glow so much.
Okay. Can we do anything like a perception on that, or should we roll for anything?
You can roll perception.
Do you know detect magic?
I do not.
'Cause you
I
can cast that as a
should.
ritual if you know it, which doesn't expend a spell slot.
Right. If you
Can
think that that's something that you would do.
I haven't
If you have
filled
it.
out my first level spell slots, but that's an available option for me, though.
Does that
I'm not
count for
sure.
anything?
Yeah. So you look at it, and once you're like really sort of investigating it closely, you too can sort of see that glow that Rusty was talking about. And you can't really figure out what it does necessarily. You feel like you would need to sit with it for a while to get a good feel for what it did.
But we're pretty sure it's magic.
It's different. It's definitely not your standard
There's
run-of-the-mill
something
tennis
up with
bracelet. There's something about it. It's special.
And I sort of offer it up to both the girls, and I'm just like, I don't think it's really my style. So if one of you wants to see if you
You
can figure
don't
it
like
out,
Kate Spade? Gosh.
who?
Kate Spade.
Yeah, I'm just, huh? What? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Gosh.
I sort of look at Pew and see if she's planning to take it herself.
Pew's just like, yeah, I have a bunch of jewelry like that at home. I don't need any right now.
I guess if nobody else wants it, I'll take it. So
I mean,
yeah.
it seemed special, so I grabbed it. I mean, it also seemed expensive. So worst case, we use it to trade to someone, but it looked kind of special, so I thought we might, I don't know. Here, take a look, and just like awkwardly dump it in their hands.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, normally I would have put up a Craigslist thing or something saying we found it, but I don't know that we're gonna find the owner ever, so sure. And yeah, I put it on.
Okay. And if you spend like an hour or so sort of figuring it out,
Hmm.
learn what it is.
Yeah, I'll do that. I mean, we're just sitting
You're
here
just-
at night,
yeah,
right?
You're just camping anyway.
Mhm.
So you sort of, after spending some time sort of figuring out, you find a word engraved on the inside of it
Mm-hmm.
that you know is Latin for light, which I should know, but I don't off the top of my head.
Lumos, I think.
Lumos, that sounds right. And if you say that out loud, the bracelet suddenly like lights up with a bright light.
Oh, cool. Wow. So yeah, I
You
just
get the
like
feeling that you could do that
That'll-
2 times per day.
And that'll actually be lux, is the Latin word for light.
oh, Lux. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
There you go.
So yeah,
Latin expert.
I see it and I say it because it's right there, and yeah, like
Lumos
I
is
assume-
Harry Potter.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I assume people probably like I'm just sort of looking at it. I'm like, oh, it says Lux, and then yeah, writes up.
And all of a sudden, all of you are just like, whoa, bright light. And
Oh,
so
wow.
it is bright light for 10 meters and then dim light for another 10 meters. And it works 2 times a day for 1 hour.
Okay.
You
Wow.
can
I'm
shut
like,
it back off
wow.
if you want to by saying the word again.
Oh my.
Yeah, guys,
Is it
I just
dark?
said.
Is it dark out at this point?
Yeah.
Because we probably don't want to be a beacon. I'm just like, oof. Like a dim
Yeah,
lantern
suddenly
is
there's
probably
this
better.
bright light surrounding you all.
Yeah, I just quickly say it again and kind of okay. Yeah, that is a
Wait, was that
very
what-
cool
Was that
bracelet.
the bracelet?
Yeah,
Wow.
good find.
Well, I mean, I can see in the dark pretty well, but maybe it'll help you guys out.
Yeah, thanks. I totally can't.
Anyway, let's I'm pretty hungry. And I figure we've got the horses tied up like nearby. And I've got like a big grip of rope so we can give them like, make sure they don't wander off, but give them a good
Okay.
sort of swath to graze in the park. And then I don't know, cook us up some food.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you get the stove working?
I was gonna say if we have like sort of anything else that we just took from Leo's that doesn't need cooking, we might want to conserve our cooking gas.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So you got some things, not much. Mostly you got sort of dry goods, but there were some things that you can.
Like sandwich or something.
Yeah, like granola bar, whatever they could find.
Yeah, let's chow down because the other stuff is not perishable.
Yeah,
So-
it'll keep.
We should probably figure out a number of like, I pretty much like dumped the whole shelf of like Mountain House or whatever into a cart, and then we loaded up however much. So we should figure out how much that is.
How many rations worth?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
We can do that math later though.
yeah. Oh, it's a lot for now. Of course, for 4 people, it's less. I mean, it lasts us long with 4 people. So yeah, you eat some food, and and everything seems pretty peaceful. It starts raining a
does
little
some-
bit.
Of course it does. Does someone want to stay up and keep an
We
eye
should-
out while we're
Yeah, we
sleeping?
should probably not all be asleep all at once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll stay up first, I guess. And after a couple hours, should I wake someone up?
Yeah, when you get too tired, just wake me up and I'll stay up for a bit.
Okay.
And when you get too tired, wake me up and I'll help out.
Okay.
Early
All right.
in the morning.
Okay.
Cool. I go climb in bed.
Okay. Everybody else goes to
Uh,
sleep.
Whatever hour, yeah.
And I'm going to say, because I just realized it's been a while, we're going to take a quick break if you all need any break. Bathroom
Yeah.
break
Okay.
Or water break or whatever. Okay. So we'll
Alright.
say like 5 minutes and then we'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Have a good break.
All
I'm
right.
going to mute you all. So I can't hear you anymore.
Okay.
Well, at least once I manage to hit the right button, which I never do. Okay. All right. And we are back.
Hello.
I think everything's working. I even remembered to hit all the
Yay.
buttons I was supposed to for once.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right. So, you guys went to bed. And the night passes uneventfully. It rains harder.
All right.
Okay.
I while I'm hanging out on watch,
Mhm.
I've got that pistol out we took from the cops, and I'm definitely not firing it.
You're not going to wake everybody up?
In fact, I've removed the ammunition from it because I'm kind of worried about them. Like, I've seen people with them, and I've seen them around before, being not a rich kid,
Mhm.
but never really held one. And I'm kind of just like playing with it to see if it's like usable, like see if it feels like it's something I could use.
Okay.
And that's kind of all I'm doing. Like, kind of just like, playing with it, making sure I don't shoot myself.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. So you took out the magazine. Did you know to take out the bullet that was chambered?
I would have been worried about it because I've seen a lot of movies.
Okay. All right. And you know enough to like know where the safety is, or to be able to find the safety and like turn that on. Probably. Like,
Yeah,
that's,
and
like,
so
in
I'm,
movies and
and I'm making sure I don't pull the trigger because I'm like, I don't want to.
trigger safety.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
well, I'm
Trigger just-
paranoid about making noise because I feel like it would be a bad thing. Even if it's raining hard, that would be dumb. So I'm kind of just like
Okay.
like whipping it around, like
Okay.
doing that to pass the time while I kind of hang out and keep watch.
And it begins to feel more familiar. And you get the sense that you could probably figure out how to use it with a bit of practice.
All right. And I just out of interest, I look at how many rounds are in, like how many rounds I've got total between the one mag and all that.
Okay. And the magazine is full. It's a 12-round magazine. I don't even know if that
Okay.
exists in pistols. But we'll
Yeah, ish.
Yeah, ish.
All right.
So it's they shot. No, it's not full because he had shot twice. So there are
Okay.
10 rounds left.
Okay. Cool.
And the other pistol. Also
It's somewhere. I didn't take it.
Okay.
Card did.
Yeah. So
I've only
it's
got the
around.
one.
Oh, you've got a card?
Did the one that I took it off, the guy that got decapitated, did his have the handcuffs with it
Yes.
on the belt? Okay. I just kind of look at those and I'm like, all right, and kind of figure out how they work and don't attach myself to them. And then I look to see if there's like a key attached to any of it.
Yeah.
Neat.
You have handcuffs.
Cool.
No key.
You
So,
did not have
yeah,
the
and-
boys empty their pockets.
And then when it comes to the end of my watch, I put it away.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Does anyone else do anything interesting on their watches?
I would have practiced guitar, but that would probably bother everyone, so no.
Okay.
Pew, no. She just
Have I?
looked at things. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
There
that's
was the
it.
start of a question there.
No, don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay. So morning comes and the sun, starts kind of creeping through-ish. It's still super cloudy and kind of drizzly. Like the rain kind of let off a little bit right before dawn. But it's getting perceptibly lighter. And who is awake last? The
Pew.
last watch.
Pew.
Okay. So Pew, you actually, especially, although everyone else is sleeping, you notice that tingly feeling that's been in the air
Mm-hmm.
anymore.
Hmm. Weird. Weird. Can I do I notice anything else different? Is there
Roll a
still like
perception
all
check.
boop. 6.
Yeah, it's not feeling it. You feel like you could still probably do your spells if you tried, but it would be harder.
Okay. Okay. Am I able to explain this to other people right now or not?
They wake up, or you can wake them up, or whatever. It's basically like they're probably gonna wake up soon.
Okay. I'll wait
morning.
to let them know.
Okay, the rest of you wake up or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and most you probably all sort of notice the lack of sparkly feeling, especially if she
Have
alerts
we-
you to it.
Have we
Yeah.
felt it consistently since it started?
Pretty much, it's been sort of that rolling wave, like sort of heavier and lighter, but it's
It's the
been-
first time it's like completely absent.
yeah. So it's more noticeable in its goneness than it was in its there-ness. 'Cause you got
I
really used to it.
try levitating a little stick.
Okay, and you managed to do so, but it is a little bit harder.
I go over to like a nearby tree and just like fancy dagger at it. Like use it as like a sort of training dummy for a second.
Okay, yeah.
See
and
if it
no
feels as good.
problem. It feels good. Everyone except Pew, because you've already done it. Roll perception checks.
Okay.
Rusty with the super rolls, as always.
I'm just clicking buttons.
Okay. Card. It's not sparkly anymore. Rusty and Ronya, you notice that down the path a little way, there's a street light that is like one of those park street lights that is on.
Whoa.
I
So-
take out my cell phone and try to turn it on.
Okay, it turns on.
Huh. Look at this.
Oh.
Looks like power's back.
Okay.
That
Well,
could
if your cell phone works, I gotta turn mine on. So Pew's
I mean-
turning on hers.
That works.
guys, I would like to call that good news, but we just practically killed some cops and now they can call places, they can use surveillance cameras. I think we better get out of town.
Yep.
I'm with you too on that.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get an early start.
Maybe if things are working, could we even get a car?
What are we going to do with all these horses?
You just bought.
Yeah.
Well, they're pretty conspicuous too, but
Yeah, if
I
people are
think-
able to drive again, they're going to be a big pain in the butt real soon.
Yeah.
but what if it disappears again? I'm so confused.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think we should still take horses because they'll be a little bit more. Because we borrowed them.
Also, wait, you what?
We borrowed them.
And I look Ronya straight in the face and I said, we went to campus, we got permission to borrow them and take care of them to ease the load while they were without power and down on a little resources.
Okay.
Roll a deception check.
Bam. It's like
Definitely what
I'm
happened.
the best at lying.
Okay, yeah, no, sorry. I'm sorry. You did tell me that earlier. I'm just really like high strung right now, guys. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no worries. I'm fine. Let's
So,
go.
but you know what? If we all have our REI stuff on, we'll just look like we're going on some sort of weird camping trip, and maybe it won't be too weird that we're on horses in the middle of Seattle.
And then I pull out the map book that I found and I
Uh-huh.
I kind of like figure out a course that keeps us off like the big main roads and keeps us like sort of either on like proper paths, which I mean some exist, but like keeps us away from like heavy automobile traffic.
Okay. You get
By the
And
way,
then
planned out, no problem.
yeah, and then we can go.
James, your mic is up. James. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, sorry.
And then did we want to call Leo now that the power's back on? I mean, we can keep in touch with him now.
Yeah.
If it's on
Do
everywhere,
we have service?
that's another question.
Yeah.
You don't know, like you look and you don't have any bars.
I shut my phone off because I don't want to waste battery because I don't know if it'll. Yeah.
I checked to see if my phone has any bars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yours doesn't either.
Okay, shut it back off.
Did any messages come through on my phone at all or not?
It's just on.
On. Okay. I'll turn it off again too.
Okay.
Well, if we take off like right at sunrise, then probably there aren't a lot of people up and about yet. So hopefully we can get some, collapse the tents as quickly as possible and get going.
And let's pack up and move. And then if people, I mean, the power's been off for a week, people probably won't get going very fast.
Yeah, I doubt people are just going to be like, well, power's back on. I'm going to just go to work as usual, but who knows?
Yeah, they probably won't. It'll probably take a day or two. Let's get going.
Yep.
Mhm.
How far can we get in a day on horses anyway?
I think like 30 miles. If you're going like hard.
Let's see.
We're
I
also
think
in a
there's actually
weird.
rules for it.
Yeah.
I actually have my player's handbook right here.
Well, we're also in a weird kind of broken cityscape, but yeah.
Right.
Um,
Oh my god. Come on, play, kitty. Routes and vehicles.
Okay. So
I thought there was.
horse. I looked online
Okay.
on Stack Exchange,
There
and they're saying a horse with 60 SBS 60 could travel 6 miles an hour at normal pace. At fast
Okay.
pace, it's 8 miles per hour.
so if we go normal pace, and what is it? Usually it's like 8 hours of activity per day.
Yeah, if you do more than that,
So
your
that'd be
horses are gonna start pretty
48,
soon.
48 miles, which gets us out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
assuming
let's-
we don't have
Stuff
any
for
slowdowns.
A large part of the day. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's just try and get out of town.
And then I guess while we're going, I just try to keep an eye on our surroundings, but specifically for signs of like if there's still power on or not.
Okay.
Like if stuff's still
And
working.
do the streets still look as worn as they did yesterday?
There's
Okay.
still potholes everywhere. It would be really hard to drive down the streets. But power's on. Like houses are lit up. Street lights are starting to go out because it's day now, but they're working as normal. But the buildings are still kind of looking shabbier. The roads are still looking shabby.
Yeah, let's get out of town and then figure out what's going on.
Yep.
All right, so you guys start working your way around the lake and staying away from bridges, I assume still,
Yes.
Yep.
and work your way out of town. And the day passes pretty uneventfully. Like there's people are out, definitely. Some people are trying to drive. The roads are a little crazier, especially because like it's basically just traffic jams because people are trying to drive, but the roads are bad. So like everybody's sort of stopped and there's lots of honking. It's kind of crazy. There are other people out on horses though. Like other people have decided that horses are the way to go. They're not the only ones.
Well, that's good.
I'm impressed that they found some in the city. I was
They
gonna
might have
say-
borrowed from the school.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have we seen anything remotely like those shadows or whatever that David was seeing on the first day? Okay. All right. So yeah, let's just kind of hellbent on getting out of town.
Yeah, and just keep an eye out for anything unusual, I guess.
And as you are getting closer to the outskirts of town, you realize that, like, as night is coming in, that there's like just this sort of non-stop stream of traffic that's basically not moving, trying to leave town. Like
Okay.
everybody's trying to get out.
All right. So I suggest at some point that we get off, like away from the main highway where all the sort of throngs of outgoing traffic is, and find a good place to settle in. Like if there's a camp, or not a camp, a park that we can camp at again, somewhere that's out of the way though.
Okay. Yeah, and you also have a really good atlas that kind of gives you some of the off streets and ways to go. So you can pretty easily find, especially because you're kind of hitting, not downtown. You're kind of getting out to where there's spaces, areas that aren't populated.
Cool. I guess we settle in for another evening.
Okay.
If that sounds good. I don't know. I'm not driving this bus necessarily.
No, that's fine. Yeah, you can settle down.
Yeah.
As long as we're out of town and we're away from all the crowds.
Yeah, I think being near crowds is just not a good plan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you found a place that's out of town. It's still definitely like people are out a lot more than they were yesterday, but you're in a much more out of the way location than riding along the highway for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get ready for bed or whatever, eat your foods.
Yeah.
Your horses graze a little bit. They're kind of looking like they aren't super happy with. Like they were trying to graze all day. Every time you passed by, lawns or whatever, they're hungry.
Yeah, we should
Yeah,
probably get some actual feed.
You get the feeling that, or you recall, like a little bit about horses. The horses really need to graze for a larger portion of the day than you've been giving them.
Unless you get them real feed, then they can.
Okay.
Okay.
If they're just grazing, this is not enough.
Noted.
Definitely gonna note that.
I look at the book for the next day to like kind of check and see where good spots to like take intermittent breaks are.
Okay.
Because I'm just like, well, if we don't find feed, we'll just stop more, I guess, and like make do.
Okay.
And kind of like, I don't know, figure out where to go. And then I'm also thinking like, if someone gets suspicious of us, like I'm trying to think up like a good story to tell them.
I think we'd just be on our camping trip.
Yeah, I feel like they
Middle
might.
of a crazy apocalyptic time.
Yeah. We could say we were already on it when it started. Couldn't get back home, so we're just traveling.
I guess we'll just. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe we just make up something if that comes up.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, I think it does make sense to say, we were on a camping trip when all this went down, and maybe we had driven like a really far away from home, and so we couldn't get home. So now we're trying to get home on our horses.
Sure.
Our home is somewhere up north, which is the way we're heading.
Yeah, I think at this point, like we're heading. Once we get around the north end of the lake, we're heading like straight east, pretty much.
Oh, east. Okay. Well, yeah, we can say that's where we're going.
Yeah, and we like figure out a spot on the map. We'll be like, yeah, this place we're going is over in Chelan, so we're heading over this way.
Okay.
Just make up something. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. So are you still gonna keep watch, or you're just gonna all go to bed?
I think it's prudent to keep watch.
Yeah. I can take
Um,
first watch again.
Okay. I'm fine with second watch.
I'll
Card,
stay
you got a
up with
full
you.
night's sleep. Did you want to
Yeah.
volunteer tonight? I mean,
Sure.
it's cool if you don't, but whatever. I mean, we'll just glare at you in the morning.
You going to take third watch then, Card?
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
And Pew will. I'll stay up in the morning just so everybody can sleep a little bit. Be equal in their sleep lessening.
All right. So you managed to get the tents up much more easily.
Yay!
I don't even know the trick there, a breeze, actually.
Trick.
Well, the process.
Yeah. Tents are not hard to get up once you know the trick.
They're designed to be easy to put.
Exactly.
Yeah, but if
That's
you
the
don't
trick.
Yeah.
know how, it's confusing. Okay. So anyway,
Okay. So, who was first watch?
me.
Okay, nothing happens in your watch. Dark. Less dark. There's like ambient light now. It's back to being the city at night. So way less dark than it's been lately.
Oh yeah.
You know, still dark. And Rusty, about
Yep.
an hour into your watch, you hear something moving. Like some large body moving, maybe, nearby.
I
Kinda
look.
like this
How far
loud
away does it
rustling.
seem? Can I see it?
Roll a perception check. Yeah, you so you look over towards what you heard, and you just kind of look over and you don't see anything. But then as you kind of look, you're kind of glancing around trying to figure out what it's coming from, you look down and you see on this sort of the side of the sidewalk, like there's a storm drain, and something has crawled, like come out of the storm drain. It looks like just a sort of really big snake, maybe? And it is coming towards you. And it's still kind of coming out, like it's so long that it's coming towards you, but
Oh
it's
boy.
still coming out of the storm drain.
I mean, granted, we made our camp away from everybody, so I'm just like, hey, wake up. And I like kick their tent, and then I'm like readying probably a dagger, because that's what I keep on me all the time.
Okay.
And I've got I probably don't have the short bow like at the ready. So pull out my daggers, and then, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, there's a huge fucking snake. And then, yeah. So I'm like rousing them and then getting ready to fight it.
Okay.
Okay. So are you going towards, or just waiting for it to come towards you?
I am waiting for it because well,
And you're like
how far
50
away is
feet
it?
away probably at this point.
I get like between the tents and it,
Okay.
and like, just so I'm like on the near side of our camp to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the rest of you are waking up?
Yep.
I immediately say Lux to light things up.
Okay. It is light around you and you cannot see that you're hearing
Okay.
about.
Is she still in the tent?
I don't know. Either way. it's
Yeah,
still
I do it right when you say, as
okay.
soon as
Yeah,
I
you're
wake
in
up.
The tent. You see the tent.
Okay.
And everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh my.
How do I keep getting such good initiative? This is weird.
I don't know. Initiative is not something I am good at.
I'm usually not either.
I'm obviously
Okay.
not good.
Okay. So, Rusty, I guess this is perfect since you're the one who knows what's going on. Snake is still approaching. We'll say it's about 50 feet away right now, so you're going to move forward to where you're between
Yeah.
areas. Okay. Are you going to do anything or just wait?
Um.
Or we can do a map if you want or not. Like, it seems like it's pretty straightforward. There's one thing.
Yeah. It's just one thing. So I yelled to like wake them up, and I probably hear stirring, and there's like suddenly one of the tents is like
Lit up.
glowing.
Yeah.
So I know that at least somebody's awake.
There's like
And-
this ambient orange light in the area
And there's
from the tent.
a big old snake that I can see slightly better now heading towards
Yeah.
me. That's messed up.
Totally
and
thought our. Okay.
I
It's got, like,
feel
big
zero.
fangs.
I feel not bad at all about messing up a snake. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna. How far away? So I moved forward some, but
So it was 50 feet away. So how far forward do you want to have? A 35, I assume, movement.
30. I think it's 30.
30?
Yeah. I will. I'll hold my attack until it gets closer because I'm a little worried to like go run off and engage it too far away from camp.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hold my attack until it like closes and does that, or like, yeah.
Okay. And how far forward did you go?
Just like on the other side of our tent, so I don't know, like
Okay.
10 feet, something.
All right. And Ronya, you are in your tent. Bracelet is lit up.
Yeah, I grab my crossbow and run out of the tent.
Okay. And you make it like out of the tent because you have to like get up and get out of it. Like it takes a while.
Yeah.
Okay. And the snake is sort of, scenting around, and it like it's its tongue's like, and it looks up, like it sort of catches a scent and zeroes in on you, Rusty.
Okay.
Starts like, because before it was coming towards you, but now it's like coming towards you.
How big is it?
It's big. It's like this big around.
Okay.
And
All right,
you
so
don't know how
my-
long yet because it's still in the sewer or the
I
drain area.
I throw a dang dagger at it
Okay.
once it's like, because it's still coming towards me,
it's
right?
coming
So it
towards
close
you,
the
and it's
distance.
like it's gonna like probably get to you like now.
All right. Boop.
Okay, yeah, you hit it. Five. Okay.
And then can I bonus action attack yet? I can't remember.
I don't. And you can only hold your action. You can't hold your bonus.
That's right. All right.
Anyway. Okay, and it like slithers up to you, and it's now got a dagger like in its side, but it just sort of ignores it and gets to you and bites at you
Okay.
and misses you. Like you manage to sort of nimbly dodge out of the way, and the snake just bites down.
Whew. Oh boy. That's scary.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, snake. Fucking snake.
And Card, it's your turn. You're in a tent.
Okay, I grab my sword and get up.
Okay. Presumably you're not wearing your armor to sleep.
Probably not. But
just
I will
grab
grab
your
the sword and shield.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you managed to get up and basically get out of tent, and that's about all you can do.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's
At that
actually
point-
surprisingly
at
a
that
lot
point,
for 6
that's-
seconds.
Yeah.
All right, Pew.
I'm gonna kind of stumble out of my tent.
And the door's
Uh,
open on her tent now.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
can get out a
'cause-
little faster. So you can.
I
you
can get
move
out a
little
little
bit,
faster.
too.
Can I move Can I move to like? How far away is the snake now from?
So the snake
Where
is
I'm
like
at.
I mean, it's going to
10
be
feet away
like
from
10
you
feet
now.
away.
Yeah.
Well, can I try that? Can Can I try that acid splash on that?
Also, yeah, because the tent door was open, so you got out with your movement, and so you still have an action.
Okay. So do. What do you have to do? I'm
So was the acid splash an attack roll?
No, it
It's
was
just
not.
Um,
It was a
Save?
dexterity.
Dex
Yeah,
save?
which save? Dex save. I want to say it's dexterity save. 14.
Okay. Either way, it does not succeed at its save. This dice
Okay,
is
well-
rolling like crap tonight, by the way, you guys. I have rolled 2s and 3s for every single roll so far.
Okay, please keep using it.
Does this able to do? Okay.
Four?
Does that do a d6? 4.
And
4.
then it has disadvantage. Was that, or was that some? No, that was.
No, that was Ray of Frost.
Does it do anything else, or just does
That was-
damage?
It just does acid damage.
Okay. All right. So you like
And yeah.
magically throw some acid at it, and it sort of hisses and like squirms away a little bit. Like it you know, it's acid. It hurts.
Yeah. Okay.
And Rusty, it's your turn.
Would it be an action to get my other dagger back? Or a bonus action?
The one that you threw.
Yeah, the one that's sticking out of its side.
Yeah, that'd be an action.
Okay, I'm going to I think with like 2-weapon fighting you can bonus action second hand attack. Anyway,
That is true.
With 2 of them, yeah, you
Um,
can do your second attack.
I will I'll grab the dagger, and then I don't really have a bonus action I can do right now.
Yeah, it's your turn.
So I want to get my daggers back. Can I
Attack
bonus
with your
action,
other
like
dagger.
offhand attack?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I just don't get the plus on the...
Yeah, you don't get
I
your.
don't get my dexterity
bonuses.
bonus on it. Alright, so... Is that just... No, I still get the full rolls on the attack, don't I? Just not the damage? Maybe...
I think you just. Let me see. That's not the right book. Somewhere there's like all the rules on roll 22, but books are just easier.
Sure.
It's like really confusing. I remember this being an issue in the past.
What were you looking up?
The offhand weapon attack is a bonus action.
Oh, yeah. It's actually
You just don't get
pretty
your...
basic. You just
don't
don't.
get your
Yeah, you don't
bonus
get
damage.
your. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'll
You
just
don't get
roll...
your stat bonus damage. You get anything else you would
Okay.
get.
So 17.
Okay, so it hits. And then you just roll your damage die.
Boop.
Okay.
3. Yay, I still did something. And now I have 2 daggers still.
Okay,
Excellent.
so yeah, you like sort of swipe at it with your offhand dagger, and you actually manage to hit it like in the eyes, and
Oof.
it just collapses.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This thing's huge.
Yeah, and you like got it perfectly in the right spot
Wow.
to take it out.
Hmm.
You have a really
That's-
big snake and like dead snake, you know.
That's... Is it like blocking the sewer drain, at least?
Like,
Like, is it...
There's
like, I'm
it's
kinda-
starting to like it's 50 feet away, so it's pretty narrow. Like it's the tail end that's coming out of the sewer still.
Oh, that's kind of nuts.
Yeah,
Uh, how big are the fangs on it?
like this big. They would have
Like,
hurt
kind
if
of.
they had hit you.
Yeah, I kind of want one though, as a souvenir.
Yeah, you can try to like dig one out if you want.
Yeah, so I'll use my dagger and get up there in its gums and try to pop a dagger out. And I'm kind of worried that it's
Hopefully
Hopefully
poisonous.
it's not. Yeah, I was just gonna say. Hopefully it's not
Just a
venomous.
straight dex roll.
Yeah, just straight dex.
Oof.
Okay. Let's see. So while you are trying to dig this thing out, you actually like pierce your hand on it and take 8
Uh-oh.
points of poison damage.
Oh my gosh.
I'm hurting.
And do a Constitution saving throw.
This is not good.
Yes.
You succeed in the fight just fine.
Gosh.
Okay. I'm just gonna do it this way because I don't want to find my Okay, so you take an extra 5 points
Ah,
Yeah, I'm knocked out.
of poison
You're level 1.
damage.
you just fall over
That's a
like
lot of
that.
damage.
Yeah. After
Okay,
the
so
fight.
I come
So all of a sudden,
rambling
like
out.
Rusty's like trying to get this out. You guys are like you just sort of stepped out of your tent and dead. And
Yeah,
then he just like
I mean, I didn't like rush in and take it. I'm taking my time.
taking your time at it. Well,
So they're like
nonetheless.
they're around.
Yeah, so you're
Ramble out of
watching
the
him
tent.
do
Oh my
this,
God.
and something happens, and he like just
Keels
sort of
over.
collapses. Yeah, like his breathing gets short, and then he keels over.
I go up and heal him. So, just a second. It was what 1d8 plus my modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, there's no such thing as a 1d9.
It's not gonna work very
There.
I'm almost fully healed.
well. You
Perfect.
feel so much better now. And the tooth is mostly extracted.
Okay,
It's like,
I
whoa, you guys
covering-
killed this?
covering my hands. Like if I probably got gloves somewhere, or even
Probably.
without that, I'd make sure I cover my hands, and then like since it's so big, I can just grab it without stabbing myself, and then like carefully wiggle it out.
Okay. Yeah, so you managed to get the one fang the rest of the way out without injuring yourself again.
And then like I take some water and like wash it off to try to make sure there's nothing in it.
Okay.
Because like, guys, that thing was poisonous too. That sucked.
I'm just
Ouch.
glad I could help. So what time is it? Still the middle of the night, or is it
Yeah,
like more?
Yeah, it's the middle of the night.
Yeah.
It's the second watch.
Back
Um,
to sleep.
Yeah, let's go
that's
back.
Sort of, my heart's kind of pounding, but go back to sleep.
Are we worried about like another one showing up?
Well, I assume someone's still going to be on watch, but we
Mhm.
do need to get our sleep.
Yeah,
think
I'm gonna go.
that's-
I'm gonna go to bed now. I think.
Yeah, you're
Sleep it
healed,
off.
but you still feel like a little woozy. Like you just got
Yeah,
poison
that's
to death.
Yeah,
fair.
I wrap up the fang really well after like washing it off, and then like wrap it up in like a chunk of like an old shirt, and then like put it away so it's not gonna stab somebody on accident.
Okay.
Okay.
And you go to bed, and who has third watch?
That would be me.
Okay. You start watching, and I assume you're watching the storm drain carefully. Further snake attacks. And you don't, Annie, nothing happens. You do notice that there's a lot of sort of skittering in the bushes around you,
Mhm.
like really small skitterings.
That's okay.
All the mice have come out now that the snake is dead.
And
That's tough.
fourth watch also goes uneventfully, but they're starting, like little animals are starting to like eat at the snake.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, not. Ugh. Yeah, I wake up and see it in the light of day, and I'm just like, oh, screw this thing.
Yeah,
At some
it's
point,
like
I
a
just
giant
like
snake.
kick it in the side.
I
That who here was really
try
good at
again to-
biology? Anybody?
I mean,
Um,
my character was not amazing.
was
My character got through all the science stuff, but not like anything special.
I got good grades in all my classes. I wasn't like amazing in particular biology, but
Okay.
I was a good student.
So as a good student, you recall that poisonous snakes usually aren't very big. Like those are usually constrictor style snakes. So this is not a normal snake. Based on your knowledge of snakes, and definitely not in this area.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Yeah, I sort of mentioned that as I get out my phone and see if it works. Is it working today? It is?
Do we have service?
Any bars? Okay, I take a picture of the snake and then turn the phone back off again.
I ask Ronya for Leo's contact details and then put it in my phone.
Okay.
Oh
And
yeah,
then-
I give him to him and do the same with mine.
I take a
Yeah.
selfie with the snake.
I take a picture of her taking a selfie with the snake.
Okay. You guys have
So I've
a
got the
series
snake.
of really good
You've got the
pictures of the
selfie snake.
Yeah,
And
all
then-
right.
And sort of increasingly
just-
moving back from the snake set of pictures.
No, and then like just yeah, shut my phone off to save battery because like I don't
Same.
know
Yeah.
if were there still like lights on and stuff in the morning? Could we see like
Yeah,
all right.
it seems normal.
Well,
I mean,
All right,
other
well-
than everything that's not normal.
well,
I
is there
guess,
a coffee shop
what do you-
nearby?
Maybe. You haven't.
Yeah, maybe
I mean,
we
have you
can
been to this
buy
area of town very
breakfast.
much? Probably not.
No.
If we're
Let's
getting
try-
out on the outskirts, there might be. We could look for somewhere.
Let's see if there's like a fast food joint we can buy breakfast. We haven't had hot food in a while.
Coffee.
Yeah, let's
Part of
roll
your
our
phone.
horses up to I don't know wherever in town. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay.
So whoever is looking for somewhere to eat, roll perception or investigation.
Investigation. Okay.
Yeah, smarty.
I'm.
You're really good at knowing how
I-
to find coffee houses.
Yes.
So it takes a little while. Like you weren't really in
Sure.
sort of a
Back
business
today.
area of town so much. You've also sort of frozen, but now you're back. But you know, you kind of like you have a sixth sense about these things. You've spent a lot of time in coffee houses, and you sort of maneuver your way through like the streets in the right way, and you find like a little cafe that looks, you know, they're for food, and the open light is actually on.
Oh well, let's see. Probably a Waffle House. They're always open. So let's go in. Let's get some
Yeah.
waffles.
Order like a huge breakfast.
Yes. Oh, and I have my credit card with me, so I can buy everything.
Yay!
I only ordered coffee until she did that, and then I order like a big old breakfast.
You just
And
ride the
I
horses.
Tied them up up
we-
front.
Yeah.
I plugged my
gonna be
phone
like a
into
railing.
the wall.
Oh yeah, and I plugged our phones in.
Everything works fine. The waitress is a little bit flustered, and it's pretty empty. Like there's just the one waitress, and you can hear somebody in the back, but there's no other customers except you guys.
Well, things are kind of weird right now.
Yeah. If you can give her a big tip on that credit card, she probably deserves it.
Yeah, I will.
Is there a TV in the place?
There is,
Like
but it's
is-
off.
When the waitress comes by, I'd be like, could you turn the TV on for us? Like, I kind of want to see the news because it's been a little crazy.
Yeah, we can try. It wasn't working last night, but maybe. And she walks
Okay.
over.
Thank you.
And like flips it on, and it's just like sort of staticky, and there's like something's trying to broadcast, but it's not coming through very well. Like even with like the digital TV, it's still like super like, I guess not staticky, but you know, it's all broken up.
It's
not
glitching
coming
out.
through. Yeah.
Mm.
And so then she like keeps changing the channel, and there's like one other one that you can almost kind of make out the words, but not really. And the rest of them are just black. I was like, I'm so sorry. This is what it was doing last night too.
Oh,
I
it's
think
fine.
that
Don't worry
broadcasting
about it.
isn't working very well.
They'll figure it out. Thank
I
you
hope
though.
so. Turns it back off. Can I get you anything else?
Have you heard anything? Has any other folks come through with like more news? We haven't heard anything from any
We only
folks
just
about the
opened
last
up
couple
this
days.
morning.
Oh,
You're the
okay.
first people that have been here.
Oh, thank you for the food then.
Yeah, thank you so much for being open.
Yes, we thought more people would come in because everyone's hungry. But oh well. I mean, it was hard to actually get like foodstuffs.
Well, you are highly appreciated.
Well, thank you.
And I'm just like stuffing my face.
Yeah. I'm getting refills on coffee.
Okay. Yeah, and
Not
like there
drink.
was a sort of limited menu, like you couldn't get anything, but you know, she works with you as much as she can.
Okay.
Cool. And then I guess, yeah, once we're full, like, you guys want to, I guess, roll out and make sure we keep the horses happy today?
Yeah. And go slower and give them more breaks.
Let's.
I don't know if they're.
What are you thinking?
Oh, I was just saying if there's a feed store or something anywhere.
I'm with you on that.
We can check. I guess we could even ask the waitress if she knows of one. Kind of flag her over.
Yes, can I help you with anything else?
Do you know if there's a feed store around here for like farm animals?
Oh.
Yeah, we're running a little low because it's been kind of, weird the last couple of days, but
Oh, those
we
are
need to
your
stock back up.
horses.
Yeah.
I feel like I drive by one every day. She
Which
sort
way
of
do you?
stops and thinks about it for a while. She's like, okay. I think that there's one if you go like north on 113th. I don't know, I'm making up numbers now. And then I think if you take a right on East Lake, then maybe there's one out there.
Okay,
think
we'll
that's
check.
where
Thanks.
it is. If not, it's along
Sure.
there somewhere. Unless it's
Okay.
out of business. I don't. But it
Well, we will
actually-
check. Thanks.
And how are you going to be paying today?
Do you take cards still?
That's what
I
I was
can
wondering
try.
about. Like if the phones aren't working, is that going to connect?
Probably not, but we can try. And we can always take an imprint, and I assume they'll be working again eventually.
Yeah. How about you should just take an imprint first?
So she takes your card and goes, no, they're not working still, but I'll just do an imprint. Does that and brings it over for you to sign.
Okay.
Put back your card.
Sounds
Well, thank
great.
you all so much for coming in, and I hope that you find some horse feed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So let's go find horse feed.
Off to the feed store.
Okay. And you guys start following the directions that you were given. And you get about, you get all the way up 113th or whatever it was, and you turn on to East Lake. And all of a sudden, everything goes quiet.
Oh,
And all the cars that were kind of going around and trying to avoid potholes stop.
is it sparkly feeling again?
Sparkly feeling.
Oh my. This may be a...
Well, interesting. I made sure my phone was back off because I don't think it's smart to keep it on. But
Yeah.
I just feel like, well, I mean, it happened before, so I guess let's just keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but let's get some food. Try and get some food for the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, we keep
Maybe.
looking for the feed store.
Probably have to pay in cash on this one. I doubt they'll take the card if things aren't working.
Yeah. Well, I have a bit that Leo gave me.
Yeah, let's yeah, I guess we just keep going then.
Okay. And you find the feed store. It's actually exactly where she reported it being.
Are they open?
And there's no, it's hard to tell. There's a couple of cars in the parking lot.
Go up to
Alright.
the door and
There's
try
no
it.
lights or anything.
Yeah, I guess we go up and casually try the door.
Okay. And you manage to open it. Opens. Little bell that jingles.
And then I
Hello?
make sure Pew's with us to talk horse stuff with them to make sure that
And a man comes out from somewhere in the dark, because of course it's really dark in here. And says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. The lights have gone out again, so I don't think I'll be able to help you today. But thank you for coming in. I hope you come again soon.
Actually, we've got our horses outside, and we're actually pretty low on feed. We were hoping we could pick some up. I think we can pay in cash if that works.
Well, I
maybe
do have a little bit of horse feed left. That's right. Do flashlights work this time? He sort of rummages under a desk and pulls one out. Oh. Well, it's a little dark back there, so be very careful.
Oh, we're in no rush, so we'll take our time and.
Okay, I'll show you where it is. And he guides you through some things. You know what? Just wait. I'll bring it to you.
Okay.
And continues on, and a little while later he comes back and he's holding a 50-pound bag of grain. I mean, I don't really know, some kind of grain.
As he's gone, I'm just like looking around the rest of the store to see if there's other like stuff we need. Maybe I don't know. Like is there horse tools and stuff? Like I'm kind of just like I don't know. Maybe
they've got horse tools. I don't know what horse.
Do they have cowboy boots?
For. They have what?
Yeah, I don't know if we need to like worry about the horseshoes or whatever.
Well, they don't have horseshoes.
I don't think we'd be able to do anything with them.
Is it like a Western? Is it like a Western supply shop? Do they have cowboy boots?
They don't have clothing. They just have. And
fine.
Like, supplies. Sorry.
Gosh.
Just checking.
Not D&B.
I figured I would ask.
Yeah.
All right. And then he's like, I think we have some cash. And I just like point Ronya, who's like a child, at him. I'm just like, there you go.
Okay. That'll be. He takes out a piece of paper and starts like adding things and multiplying. Clearly trying to figure out tax. Okay. I think that'll be 47.32.
Okay, so I hand him $100 bill.
Kind of like dings on the register, doesn't do anything. Hold up. Pulls out his wallet and starts like leafing through it. Well, I have $30. Would that do for change?
Yeah, that'll do. Thanks.
Best I can do.
Yeah, for the trouble and whatnot. Thanks for being open.
Well, you came in at the right moment. Puts the $100 bill in his wallet, puts it back in his pocket. And I take this out to your car?
Oh, we're riding today.
We got it.
Okay.
Do you grab it, Pew?
He sort of hands
Pew grabs it
to Card. Like, here.
Okay, I'll take it.
Like, deciding that you're clearly the strongest person there.
Yeah, I'm sure you can carry it.
I clearly am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, have a good day. Good luck with your horses.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Way back out.
Yeah.
And horses are still there. Assuming you tied them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they start like nosing at the grain like immediately.
Okay. So we start feeding them a little bit. Not too much, right? Right.
I'm just standing back and watching because I don't know how
How are you
horses
feeding
work.
them?
Mm-hmm.
How are you
Hand.
feeding them? Oh, okay.
By hand.
Okay. They're like scarfing it down. Like you put out your hand, they're all just diving for it.
Okay.
And there's grain everywhere because they're super messy. As I'm sure you all know.
Yes.
But yeah, so you give them a little bit. I don't know how much a little bit is.
A little bit. Quarter of the bag.
Oh, quarter of a bag.
That sounds
Is that
like
a
a
lot?
lot.
Well, that's a lot.
It's a
Eighth of the
50-pound
bag.
bag, guys. That's
Eighth
a
of the
lot.
bag.
Okay.
Eighth of the
It
bag.
takes a while to hand feed the horses an eighth of the bag. But eventually,
Well, I mean,
they're
after
all
she
standing
starts
there
doing it,
watching
we can.
bored.
Yeah.
Unless you're helping.
Yeah, we could help.
Okay.
Once I see her doing it and not getting her hand bit off.
Okay. So eventually you all are covered in grain and horse spit. But you have fed your horses.
Okay.
All right, let's get back up on the saddle and keep going.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you continue making your way. Like that detour didn't actually take you too much out of your way because it's kind of like to the north and east. So you just kind of have to, you can either sort of make a new route from there or go back to your original route, whatever. But you continue, and you're really like getting out of town now. Like that was kind of, the last little country
Is
town.
it still obvious that there's like people trying to leave town still?
Yeah, but all the cars are stopped. And so
Oh,
people are
people.
like, kind of like every time you sort of see a road that's really leading out of town versus kind of residential streets, people are like getting in fights. Like things are not looking happy. Like everyone on the main roads is looking
Yeah.
super stressed.
I
right
keep
now.
like whenever we stop or like feel like we need to detour, I'm just like checking to try to keep us away from that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, because it's bad out there. You manage to keep it on residential streets and stuff,
Right.
which are a lot less crazy.
Me and my big stupid red atlas book
Yeah,
that
you
they
and your
sell
big
at like
stupid red
every
atlas book.
store ever.
Yeah, it's coming in super handy. You're probably very glad you made this purchase.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay,
So
yeah, let's keep going.
All right, so you continue on for the rest of the day without too many hassles. Like you definitely sort of have to backtrack and avoid people a little bit if you want to keep out of what is starting to approach rioting a little bit. But because you're at the edge of town, it's mostly people who are like trying to get out of town that this is happening with. Like as there's less roads and you're kind of more funneled towards main roads, you're seeing like people are really starting to go crazy over there, especially on the highway.
If we can go a little bit like just, we don't have to be on a road because we're on horses. So,
Of course,
yeah,
it is
give
sort
a...
of pretty thickly forested.
Okay. Well, yeah, just give a little space between us and the people, hopefully.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you managed to, for the most part, stay away from people for the rest of the day. And at this point, you're out of, like, by the end of the day, you're out of town enough that you're not able to just like find a campground or a park. Like it's pretty much just forest.
Okay.
That's easy enough to stay in, though.
Yeah, just find a
Yeah.
place that's big enough to pitch the tents.
Yeah, pitch the tents and keep the horses and just kind of eye a spot and stay away enough from the road that people won't see us.
Okay. And you manage to find an area with a little bit of grass, but not a ton. And, like a little clearing. And
Cool.
Okay.
do so. Yeah, no problem. You're getting super expert at your tent pitching. Except this is the first time that you've been on like actual ground, so you have to sort of figure out how to pound in the stakes. Or not, if you choose not to use them. That's not.
Yeah, that's easy enough to pound them in.
And
Yeah.
did either of you put down like a tarp under your tent?
Yes. She remember she even specified getting tarps.
Yep,
Yeah.
I said at REI we
Yep.
need tarp.
Okay. So you know enough to know to put a tarp under your tent. It's probably in the instructions.
We're also in rainy Western Washington,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ground is pretty moist. Okay. So you all got everything set up. Everything's fine. Still sparkly out there. And dark.
I guess let's eat and settle in.
Mm-hmm.
Set watches again.
Piece of more
Yep.
snakes.
Yes.
Well, there's no sewers out here, so hopefully it's not too. Hopefully we don't have another repeat of that. I'll take first watch tonight. Why not?
Okay. I'll take last.
I'll take third.
Okay, I guess that leaves me with 2.
Okay,
Sure.
let's do this.
All right.
Okay.
And then all I'm doing on watch again is playing with the pistol. Not playing, but like kind of getting a feel for it some more.
Yeah, and you're continuing to get a feel for it. Of course, you still haven't really figured out how to shoot it, or like aim it or whatever, because you haven't shot. But it feels fine in your hand. Okay. And sometime during James's watch, you again notice the sparkly feeling goes away.
Okay. This is weird.
Wonder how
Otherwise,
often this is going to be happening.
night passes uneventfully.
Is it still gone at the end of the night?
Okay.
You all wake up to presumably power working again. I'm going to say that's a really great stopping place for the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
With this crazy power fluctuation.
Yep. Okay.
Oh,
So,
I feel like I'm on the wrong screen. I should have been on the camera screen because we haven't been fighting for a while. Okay. Well, anything you all want to shout out or add or whatever? No?
Yeah, just see you next time.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
about right.
won't, I won't see you next time.
Yeah.
I'll be gone
Yeah.
for 2 weeks, so
So we may or may
don't do
not
anything
have-
too awesome without me.
have somebody come in to be a guest player for a couple weeks, but I'm not sure yet. If so, then we'll figure out a way to bring them in. And I think we'll just keep your character kind of around, but just
Okay.
not do
If I have
In the
time, I'll try
background.
to keep up, but I don't know if I can.
yeah,
So
that's fine. I assume you're going to be very busy.
so
Okay.
yeah.
So,
Well, thank you everybody for playing. It was very fun.
Thank you.
those of you
Yeah.
in chat for watching. I hope you all have really wonderful, wonderful weeks. And see y'all next week.
All right.
all right.
Or Fate Touch.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.